Okay, there you go. Perfect. Hello, everyone. We are live. Let us know if the audio is fine, of course, like always. And yeah, I'm happy to be streaming again. I think it's been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks since we've all streamed again. But for those who are new, of course, we have Var, unnamed security guard, and today we're gonna be talking about FNAF 1 movie, trying to solve it, and some predictions like with FNAF 2. And then yeah, we're gonna wing it again. This is another one of those streams where I don't have much planned out, but it usually works out because we just talk and talk, and it really works out, I think, and I love it. So yes, welcome everyone. Welcome. Let's see. Harrison got a gift. Yeah, thank you, Mio. By the way, he gifted like 3 memberships. I appreciate that a lot. 4, I think. You are goaded for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys. So Harrison James got one. Hello, hello, Mio, of course. Hello, Edwin. Hello, Snail. Hello, Omnisoap. Hello, Boeg, I think. And hello, William Afton. We got William in chat. Hello, Var. Hello, Snail again. You sound good? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Wait, can you guys? Yeah, I think they can see. I think. Okay, yeah, we're good. Hello, G. James. Legend, welcome. Puppy do it there. Okay, cool. Okay, let's start. You guys ready? So first things first, just general thoughts on the FNAF 1 movie. Do you like the story? Is it scary? Just overall thoughts, and we'll go from there. Who wants to start?
I do not find it scary, but I'm very intrigued by the narrative direction it's going.
Perfect. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, scary is not the right word. Like at worst, like suspenseful at parts. I will say, like, even for like how, like, trying to think of the right word, like tame. A lot of people said the first one was. I was like rewatching it now, like I'm amazed like how much I forgot about that specific Freddy scene with the one friend of Mike's who went like looking after all the other like people who broke in.
Bite of 2000.
Yeah, I am surprised they actually showed what they did of that. I totally forgot about that. I was like, oh, well, which just makes me think, like, I've seen, like, Emma, Tammy, and others say, like, oh, yeah, we're cranking it up even more. So I'm like, how high are they really going to ride that PG-13 rating then? If they did that before and they said it's going to get worse, I'm just wondering, like, maybe they really are going to crank up the scare factor. We will see. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Is just all I'll say.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, and it's interesting because they released kind of like a sneak peek at people's reactions to watching the movie, and a lot of them looked genuinely scared and kind of were, jumping to certain scenes. So I do wonder, like, because then we have that one girl who looks like she's possessed by the puppet, so things like that. I wonder how scary in that sense this one's going to be. Because the first one, yeah, not really. And I agree with suspenseful was more the word I'd use. But this one does seem like it could give you a jump or two, So I'm like, interesting. I'm excited to be scared.
I'm not laughing at you. I just had like a really dumb idea. Like the second you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, what if the puppet mask is like the Vanny mask?
Oh, okay. I know. I like
possessing that way. Like, I don't, like, that's dumb. Don't listen to me. But it's like, I
That
do
could be
remember
cool.
seeing that
Yeah.
image, like,
Right,
and like
like
she just
the
like showing her a weird
yeah,
vision,
yeah,
like
yeah.
tracking her through that, just like Vanessa was.
Oh.
Um,
That'd be crazy if they
that
did
would
the whole VR thing right away.
Oh my gosh.
I go, yeah.
right. But like this is its own continuity, in my opinion. So like they could do
Why not?
explore
Yeah.
fun stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree.
I mean, if they're only gonna do a 3-movie trilogy, probably maybe. Um, there's a lot you kind of want to fit in. Like obviously you don't have the time to go over like even the core 6 games, right? Let
Yeah.
alone the Steel Bullet era. So they might.
That's yeah, maybe. Really quick, just hello unavailable Mario, hello Isaac. Don't worry, Mio, just happy you're here. Hello unavailable again. Hello Gaming Spy 281, how you doing? Yeah. No, I agree. Besides like the bite, not too much horror going on. But yeah, I was also surprised with how much they showed there because you could see everything. Hello Tamara. Shout out to my beautiful girlfriend always. Hello. I think with the first one, this isn't really lore related, but I do think it's interesting to talk because obviously it wasn't too well received in that sense, right? And a lot of people compared it to like the VHS tapes, which I didn't really agree with because that's like obviously like fan made stuff. And although it is cool and some of it is scary for sure, it isn't really FNAF. And even like gory, bringing that in like the blood or anything. Like the games don't really have anything besides like Springtrap and 8-bit.
No.
I'm dying. So that's why I didn't really get when people were like, "Oh, it should have been scarier," or not scary, but like more gory or this and that. I'm like, yeah,
Visceral, right? Like, again, which just surprises me. Like when people like, I totally forgot that scene in the first movie where
right,
it's only for a second, but you do see a lot, and so
yeah,
it's like, again, if she's saying they're gonna crank it up even more, I'm like, God, like what can you get away with if you're gonna go further
right,
than that,
yeah,
right?
no, yeah, because I
Um,
know it sounds crazy, but like we see families being attacked by animatronics. Like, how far is that gonna go? Like, are we gonna see
right,
a lot of people die? Which sounds crazy.
right, and just like what the cause or motive for that is, like from their perspective, right? Because like just watching this, like it was reiterated to me, like the spirit's like old goal is to like get Abby, um, because like again, it didn't click with me before, but they never speak to Mike before Abby shows up, which was very odd until I thought about that more. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm just wondering how they're gonna handle that with all these new characters, right? Because there's
Right.
still the very loose thread about Garrett, right? What happened to
Yeah,
him?
that
Where'd
one.
he?
Yeah, it doesn't even seem like it'll be really answered in the second one, which is surprising. Unless there's like a secret kind of plot line we don't know, obviously, to like keep it a surprise. But
Oh, sure.
I just wonder how they're gonna fit that in. Because yeah, I thought Puppet would made perfect sense, and I know we talked about it last time. Nowhere to be found.
Doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it
Right? Yeah.
seems to
Now
be
we
that
just have
girl.
yeah, like the game. Like Charlie and Henry, which
Right.
is fine. Like obviously it's what the games are, but where's Garrett? I just don't want him to be like some dead kid that he kidnapped for no reason. Like I'm sure obviously there's got to be some reason, right? And then some animatronic.
Well, and me and V-Rod were talking about that earlier. Like
Uh,
it has to be extremely targeted because like what are the sheer odds William Afton would just be randomly in the woods a state or two away at the exact time that Mike and his family was there and just went
right.
after this specific kid specifically. Like there's no way. Like and besides, like that's away from like the modus operandi of William, like we've always seen before. It's always like, happened at the restaurants, right? Like, why is he going like again in the literal middle of the woods to go after a kid, right? Like, it's just
No.
there's something that's very odd about that I think is going to get explained at some point.
Okay. I agree. And chat brought up a good point. Real quick, sorry. Hello, Honor, because I didn't say hi. Hello, Neo. Hello, Carrie. Hello. I think that's it. But they're bringing up Golden Duo, the possibility of like Garrett and then the blonde kid we see. What do you guys think about that?
It's possible, but
But then
my
the
first
crime
thought would be
child.
like, why not even give a hint of that,
Right.
right? Of like some other spirit in Golden Freddy. And sure, we only see him for a second, but it's like, and granted, like, what is it in the books? If I remember right, like it's implied that like the other boy is like blind. Like Andrew is the one that's like active, but what is it? The other
Oh right, like
boy, I
only
forget his
hears
name,
or
is like,
something. Yeah.
yeah, he can only see. He can't really like see or like interact with the world around him, and he's almost like possessing it in a more weak state or
Yeah.
something. Um, it could be a golden duo thing. I don't know if that's what's happening in the movies. But I do like the idea that in the games, I think that kind of has to be what's happening to some degree.
I agree. Um, especially because I mean, I like obviously the books and games, but I do really. I think it's Jake and Andrew. I think, but that would make perfect
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
with like Midnight Motorist also, like if you want to, you get there where like you hear like the sounds of like the rain, and so I think something else like that with like the logbook, like it could work perfectly. So I think it's such a good idea that they could also do here like in the movie if they wanted to, obviously. But if that's the case, then where's like the crying child? Because I don't think the crying child is the blonde kid. I think if anything, that's like Andrew Cassidy, whatever you want to say. So then we're kind of
Right.
missing, the crying child, who was probably there since forever Michael Afton that we talked about last time. Then why wouldn't we have insert
I'm pretty
name
sure he's
Afton?
right. There's a lot of different ways they could go with this. I mean, I I'm very curious because something else I wanted to note is that, and again, I might be totally wrong, but I'm wondering if one of the twists is going to be that Charlie's death wasn't intentional, because I thought it was odd. She was standing on that little like platform thing on the stage where it's implied like the puppet comes up, and like where you see like the puppet box thing
Yeah.
in the basement, it's implied because you see the girl going down the stairs, which suggests it's like under the building and stage and
Right. So
everything. So
yeah.
like, what if it's just a pure accident, like a timer went off or something, and that like thing opened up and she just fell, right? Like that would be odd.
That
Which,
would be
yeah, maybe not, because like I there's a lot more I want to say about that, but I'm not done with my theory yet. But like
we are
the
excited. Yes.
idea the idea of like you don't need to be killed necessarily to end up possessing something. Um, is just what I'll say, I guess.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
If that is the case, it might just be, like William Afton is like stating off screen, like pull the lever, Grunk, and like that's what happened.
Right. Yeah.
um, and I'm totally wrong, but like it would be interesting if like that is the case and it was a pure accident and she still ends up possessing the puppet. Possibly, we'll have to
Right.
see though. And say a little girl was murdered here. Yeah. That is a fair point.
Right. I don't know how they're gonna
Just
do it.
so odd.
Yeah, this is random. Another good point. Though I also hope we see the Unwithereds. Oscar said, "Hello, boy. By the way,
Yes.
I do hope we get Unwithereds or something like that. Hello, Aaron or Iran Vasquez. Might be saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. Um, man, there's so much they could do, and I feel like no matter what they do,
Yeah.
one side of the community is gonna get mad, really with anything. Like the day Charlie dies,
Of course.
yeah, one side's gonna be mad, and then when Withers or whatever. So I think that's funny, but
I mean, I'm still a part of whatever the faction is that is mad that we didn't get an endless mode of the what is it? Help Wanted. God, the mini game where you're doing the food service, an endless mode of that.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Whatever camp that
Yeah.
is, I'm a part of that one.
I agree.
We didn't get an endless mode of
The
that where it
best
gets
hill to
like
die
harder
on.
and
No,
harder.
yeah, that'd be cool. Missed opportunity. No, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the first one. Kind of, it hasn't been too long, but it's I mean, I don't know. I'm not to like compare it from like the first movie or the first game, but obviously that's the only source material you have. In that sense, the lore is accurate as best as it can be. Like missing children is really all we got from the first one. But I mean, did you guys like the human part of it? Because like half the movie, and you look at it, like half the movie is just kind of Mike and
The
Vanessa.
characters.
Yeah, which is important for a
Yeah.
movie, obviously. Like, did you guys like them? Are you excited for Mike,
Yes.
Vanessa? Perfect, me too. Because I know some people don't, but I love. I love them.
And a couple
Like the
things
first time I watched it, I actually hated Mike because I was like, he literally gave up hit Abby for like to these kids.
Yes,
Like, he
that
changes
was
his
bad.
mind,
Yeah.
but the fact that he actually did was like insane to me, and I wanted to like punch him.
That
Great.
is so
Like
fair.
he changed his mind like 5 seconds later, but
But it's like
still.
he actually committed at first. I was like, "Holy crap, you are the worst person ever. I hate you so
No,
much."
that is
And on the
so
one,
so
yeah,
fair.
that is true. But it's wild to me on the rewatch. Like I forgot like how hard they were manipulating him. Right. Like not just
Yeah,
like showing him his family, but it totally slipped my mind the scene of like where, and it's clearly them doing it. Like having his family like
Mm.
say to him like. His mom outright being like, "You
Yeah,
weren't the one to ever take care of her, you know. Like she's so happy with them. Just let them be with." Like
let
I'm
her
like,
go.
Jesus, like
Yeah.
how hard they are manipulating him to do this.
And he's like,
Like
okay.
right, like it's still not good, but it's just like I'm
yeah,
like they're really riding that line of like keeping them innocent, quote unquote, and like having them do that. Like they don't understand what they're doing. They're still kids, but like God, that's bad to like have his own dead mother say that to him.
Right. And then they bring Abby to like the thing from the book. I don't know. I forgot what the animatronic is called, but to get screen locked.
that's
The
part of
Ella.
Yeah, thank you.
that's part of the thing though. Is that like is some of that like Williams' influence over them, making them do that, or is that just like
Mm.
the children wanting Abby?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah,
From
like
what he's
William. Yeah, let's talk about that. Go for it.
like, one of his lines like there in the end is like, "The kids tell me you have a sister." Like it's almost implied like that he doesn't know a whole lot about her. Like she's not really the goal up until that point. Um, and that was just more the kids like acting on their own initiative. Is how I read that. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, so I guess at that point it's even more interesting to be like, what is William's motive? Why is he even doing any of this? Like, what is going on here?
why does he need a guard in the first place? Why not? If he
Yeah.
does need the guard to keep like people like the Raiders out, sure. But even then, when they do find something, why is he going through the trouble of like having Foxy and the others capture them, like the first security guard we see in the beginning of the movie, right? Why
Right.
did Foxy not just immediately kill him? Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
like go kill him, Foxy. Like, why does he like have him capture him, bring him to the Freddy torture machine thing, and kill him that way instead of just like, why go through all that effort? Is just what I think is very odd, and he tried to have done with Mike too. Um, like, it's got to be something with Remnant because it's like,
Real. That's what I was
else
about to
could it
say.
be?
Yeah.
Like this complicated solution to this problem of, oh, I need this guard who knows too much. Like I will build this elaborate machine to do it instead of just telling Foxy to kill him. I guess. Because clearly they have no qualms either from him or themselves on killing. You know, as shown with the Raiders, right? So like, you know, it's just odd. Like when they're picking and choosing to kill people, I guess is
yeah,
odd to
very
me.
much so.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Like, why kill the guard and Mike, or try to, and eventually Abby, um, in that way, but do it immediately with the Raiders? Like, that's very odd to me.
My thing just disconnected, or not disconnected, but my FNAF gameplay. Um, yeah, I mean, you bring up a lot of good points, and it's something like I see it hard for them to give us an explanation for, because there's a couple of things like that, or people are talking about the chat like Cassidy kind of being like the manipulator, or I just wonder how it works like with William being able to talk to them, like how do they communicate, and is Cassidy a part of those kids, like the Golden Freddy spirit, or not? Because if they're vengeful or whatever however you want to look at it, then I don't think they'd want to communicate with William, even if they're being like controlled. So I just wonder how all
Well,
of that works, like the dreams even. I don't know how I feel about the dreams.
which it is odd, because, like, we do see the Golden Freddy spirit, the blonde boy is the one leading Abby to Freddy's, but immediately disappears when she walks in the building, and is never seen, like, interacting or, like, around with William, which is very odd. But like the way William said that too, it's like he is communicating at least with those four somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like how exactly the mechanics of that work, like I don't know if we'll get a lot about, but it would certainly help if we got more about in this next movie. Um because clearly he has not only a control over the kids, but like a way to communicate with them, which is very odd. And I'm wondering, like, how does he do that actively, right? Like, how are they telling him things? Is it in his dreams? Like, are they writing it down? Like, how does that happen, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of up in the air. Ghost stuff TM,
Right. Yeah.
right?
It's funny, but Rat Rodent says dropkick theory from last stream. He still believes in, which I believe in too. Whether Freddy's gonna dropkick Michael in the second movie. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
That's off topic, but yeah, do we think the Wizards Wizards are like friendly? Because I saw some people say that they'd be friendly, or like, what's the difference to them from the toys? You know, obviously the toys are violent. Are they being controlled? Are they the spirits from like the animatronics in the first movie somehow passed over? What is up
I
with
want
the
to hear your
Wizards?
guys' take first.
Could see two scenarios. The first one, which I hope is actually, I don't know which one I want more, but either like the soul is somehow transferred and that gets explained. That whole like come find us thing, you know, like hey, we're here now, like come fix us, you know, because I think that's a line one of the movies, like come fix us, something like that. That would make sense. But I don't know how I'd feel if they were friendly, because obviously they're not in the games, and I just don't know how that would work. But at the same time, you need a reason why, so I guess I'd be fine with them being controlled. But best case scenario, it's the souls passing over. That's my thought.
What do you think, Virar?
Wait, the souls from the first movie passing to these toy ones?
To the withered
Just
ones,
what's the
right?
To the
Wait,
to the
or
unwithered.
withers.
Yeah, to
Oh,
the wither.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
from I guess the first location. Also, I hope we see them too. You know, I don't know how, but because obviously we know the location like fell apart, but I hope we see those animatronics. But yeah, sorry, go for it.
That'd be interesting because, like, when would that happen?
Right, yeah, like something would initiate it, but I don't know what or how that would work. I don't know the logistics, but I think that'd be cool if that's what happened.
Yeah, it is. They're not gonna pass up an opportunity to show the wizards like this, because like when else would they do it? Like, would it make sense for the third movie? Like, also remembering what Scott said about how the first movie was about the first game, the rest will follow that. The second movie's clearly about FNAF 2, so logically that tells me the third movie's gonna be about FNAF 3, which doesn't really make sense to show the wizards off there. I mean,
Right.
I guess kind of with the Phantoms, but like, why would you do that with like, or have that be like the first appearance of the Wizards? Like, no, like there's got to be some way they're showing up here, and it just in none of the promotional material, which would make, because that'd be something you'd want to be, ooh, Twiz, we didn't know we were getting them, because
right.
what is it? Emma Tammy in like one of the interviews has said like they're adding a lot of animatronics, compared to the first one here. So I mean,
If we see Circus Baby, I will probably shed tears.
I am gonna no, yeah, me too. Yeah, I think when they reference like any other like animatronics or locations, I lose it. I'm still hoping Fred Family Diner. That was the one. That's the hill I'll die on. I don't care if it's like a purple hat, like on the ground or something. I want something. Like I love the Fredbear design. Really, any design, you know. And obviously, it has to exist here somehow. So please, please. This is Meal real quick said random question. Morons, how old are y'all? You guys don't have to answer, obviously, but just so you know, I'm in my early 20s. All I'll say. So Unk status to most people now.
Really quick, I actually have a question that's like loosely related to FNAF 2.
Mm-hmm.
So when in Ultimate Custom Night, assuming that we're playing as William and whatever, and that Charlotte Emily is speaking to him through the puppet or whatever, which animatronics do you think the puppet's talking about when they say the others are like animals or whatever, but I am very aware?
I mean, it's got to be the original Withers, right? That
Because the puppet was in the FNAF 2 location from like what we played. So it's like, are they talking about those animatronics? Or the withered ones that are there? Or
well, because the withered ones got moved to there.
Yeah.
And like and again, I might get flagged at this, but how I see it is how I'll explain this. The withereds have the MCI's souls in them, or attached to them, right? When they're brought to the FNAF 2 location. As Phone Guy says, they start to pull parts from the original Wizards to use in the toys. Their souls start to fragment a little bit more and like get pulled between the two. So there is a possibility as well that the toys are haunted at least slightly in that way.
Yeah.
Or either way, if they're not haunted and they're just like advanced security machines, like that are for whatever reason hostile in the movie, and the puppet's not talking about, then they would be irrelevant, right? And the only ones like it would matter with the context of what she's saying in that scene would still be the Wizards. So like the others are like animals because unless you think there's DCI shenanigans, which may or may not be a thing, right? Like it only makes sense for her to talk about, because that's really the only people we have to work with, right? Is like Charlie, Elizabeth, the crying child, the MCI, the DCI. Like who else could it be that she's referring to?
Yeah, that's fair.
The
right.
others are like animals. And even then, the DCI aren't outright shown to be put into suits. They were just kind of left throughout the building. If you believe save them, take it
Yeah.
literally, basically.
Do you guys think we'll see DCI in the movie?
I mean, what I'm afraid of is if
Right.
they're not mentioned at all. Because I have, like, now that I'm working on my video and like looking into this stuff, I have seen people like pose the idea, maybe more recently, or at least I'm just hearing about it. People speculating that the DCI don't even exist,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like they're like apparitions of their bodies popping around outside of the suits for whatever reason. And it was never Scott's intention to imply there was a second round of deaths, but at the same time, it kind of like there kind of has to be a DCI, because like that's kind of the plot of like how the whole thing with like FNAF 2 works, right? Like if you listen to the phone calls about how like, oh, what are you doing there? Didn't you hear it happen? Like the place is closed down at least for a while. Like what else is he referring to?
Hello, good singer.
Like, especially with the, they had a suit in the back, a yellow, like mentioning that too, like it's heavily implied there was another round of deaths there.
Right.
So like, it kind of had like, I don't know, like I don't know. There's a lot of questions that in the game. So like trying to like speculate on top of that with the movie, I will say like that's what I'm afraid of, that he's not going to. But if there is any time we're gonna see anything involving the DCI mentioned, it will be this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
If it isn't.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah, because where else at this point, and we can't really anywhere else. And even
Right, like
yeah, you're right. He has to, even to like dismiss it. Like you said, maybe it's like Mike walks around and it's like the kids again in like this new pizzeria, kind of like paralleling, DCI and that, or like the fall. What's the mini game called? Sorry, that mini game. Thank you, Save Them. I don't know, I'm blinking. Like somehow paralleling that, where it's like these dead bodies and he sees them, and it wasn't a second round of murders. It was like something else. I'd be fine with that too, but just please address it, please, Scott Coughlin.
Right, that's what I'm afraid of. Is like it
No,
not
yeah,
being
100%.
brought up at all. Because like Scott has to know that, and like what would
so
he be?
aggravating.
Well, that would effectively be Scott's way of telling us, at least in this continuity, and maybe suggesting in the games, like what these other people have theorized. Like, what if the DCI never happened? But it's like, how does that work? Like, how does he get the second restaurant shut down? Because, again, how I see it, and I go into it in my thing, but I'll give you guys this for what it's worth. Like, his whole motive for doing that was to get the restaurant shut down so he could get to the Wizards for his remnant experiments. Because, like, what else is his motive of, like, shutting down that restaurant immediately? Because he didn't even try to stuff them or make more remnant or whatever, right? He just left their bodies throughout the building, right?
Right, like, was it to send a message
So, like,
to Henry, who maybe owned it at that time, or? You know, something
or
like
just
that.
get the restaurant shut down ASAP
Right,
so he
yeah.
can get at the original animatronics
Mhm.
he's been trying to for years, right? Which I would have to like go on and on and on, and I don't want to give up my whole thing, but like there's a reason, there's a method to the madness, in my opinion, for why he does that. It's just a little convoluted to explain in a way that it makes sense. Like, why didn't William just like immediately grab the MCI after 85 and like nothing in the second game needed to happen? Like, is my thing. Like, there has to be a reason for the events of FNAF 2, is what I'll say.
Right. I agree. And you said it a lot, or in that sense, like, but now's the time to do it. You know, please.
Yes.
Unless we get a reboot and they can do it, but like, this is it, please.
Right. Like, if we can take Scott at face value and say, like, oh, the second movie is going to be the second game and the third movie is going to be the third game, like, it really doesn't make sense to introduce stuff like that in the third game. It would, I would guess, it would really focus on maybe Mike, but I'm wondering if that character is Michael, it might be him in the third movie. But I'm also
Right.
thinking like it would have to be Mike though, because like he's been like the main. How weird would that be to have him be the main protagonist for 2 of the movies, and then for the third one it's someone
Just
else? Like,
right, exactly. He's got, even if it's a
that'd
Michael
be
team
odd.
up, he's got, yeah. So this is
Right.
Carrie said chat isn't updating. Is anyone else experiencing that?
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I'm not really. What can I do on my end? I would say maybe try restarting the stream video and see if that works. But let me know if anyone else is experiencing that, please. Maybe I could do something. But sorry, as you were saying,
I'm not sure.
is it fine? Yeah, okay.
I lost my train of thought,
I'm
but
so
it's all
sorry.
good.
I'm so sorry. No.
It's
I am
fine.
so scatterbrained, it's good. What do you think, VRAR?
Gosh. I don't even know at this point. Like, I always assumed there was a separate batch of killings that happened at that location.
Right.
But what's also interesting to me is that from like at least from the trailers could be like misleading intentionally though, but all I hear about is there was a girl murdered there. I hear nothing else about like anyone else. So unless it's like gonna be those people with their cameras and stuff that come in and maybe they're like the but that doesn't even make sense at that point. It's just like that's I don't know. I genuinely don't know because there's too many variables in the movies. I can't.
Right, because we barely get anything on the DCI in the games to begin with, right? So, like,
Yeah, it's just
speculating
like
what they do in the movies is really
it's very
tough.
hard to say.
Right, and like what has me worried is again what we see in the trailers of that girl, a part of the film crew, saying like, "Oh, that girl who was murdered here," right, and not like that group of kids that was murdered here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
That
like
is very
unless
red
that
flag
comes
to me.
later on, but
And
that
how,
doesn't really make sense.
right? How would that make sense for like, oh, like the girl was murdered here? How would that
Or
work?
wait. So in FNAF 2, who are we playing as in your humble opinions?
Ooh, like in Night 6 or just in general?
Jeremy Fitzgerald for most of it, the
Right.
bite of 87 victim, and the last night you're playing as Fritz Smith, which I think is Michael.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
What do you think, V?
I currently agree with that. So
Okay, perfect. Me too. Because if you,
I had somewhere I was going with that, and now I don't know where I was going with that.
Oh no, I've had to like re-explore all of this very recently. Like, you guys, I told you guys like what I was stuck on for like 2 days is like, oh my god, who are these security guards?
No, yeah, I
Well,
think it
it's
makes
like-
the most sense.
Stumped on some.
Look at like none of the logbook makes sense if he's not there at least for a little bit. Right? Like when
Yeah.
he's drawing like the puppet or whatever later, like I'm sure like maybe just seeing it from his dad being there, but like the hallucinations in FNAF 3 in the games also don't make sense because we're all pretty much on the same page that it is for sure Michael in FNAF 3, right?
Yeah. But there's
Right.
part of me that still doesn't think it's.
So if not, then who are we playing as in FNAF 3?
Arnold.
Arnold. I like Arnold. I like Arnold,
God,
but
what a twist!
right? Yeah. No, I don't know if it was playing from the beginning, but I just like the idea that narratively it's Michael in all these games. You know,
Yeah, it
I
feels
think
too
it,
like it
like-
feels like if that were to
Mhm.
be Arnold, it's like stretching pretty much how Scott sees a retcon negatively. Like
yeah.
I know retcons happen all the time, but like that, like
Oh,
Scott's
no, there's
personal
only one.
definition of a retcon that feels too retcon-y for it to be.
There's only one that we know of, or that he's
But
confirmed
he
at
hasn't
least.
said anything
Yeah.
since for many years, so maybe there's more.
Right.
There's only one retcon, but many clarifications.
Or Cassie's dad.
that's
Yeah,
why
answers like that where I'm
well,
like,
that's why
ooh,
I
I
said
like
just,
them,
like,
but
How he
Mhm.
sees a negative retcon, like obviously he was thinking like it's something that the fans would feel deceived by, like
mm.
as a negative thing. So
In
it's
my
only been
opinion,
one of those.
like the one retcon is, and this is not my idea. I've seen this elsewhere, and I forget where I heard this, but the idea I heard that I tend to agree with is the retcon was the identity of the crying child and Charlie, like that they got swapped at
Ooh,
some
yes,
point.
I
that
think
the
it was Game
original
Theory who
intention-
said that. Yeah.
Yeah, the original intention was to have the crying child be Charlie in the puppet, but he changed that at some point and made them two different characters.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, because what it was like the tears and like the FNAF 2 minigame.
Yeah, the tears with the,
and
the
then-
puppet and like leaning over with the tears falling down. Exactly
yeah,
like the
and then
crying
it's like
child was.
at one point in the early games they use like the he pronouns, you know,
Yes,
kind of
that as
saying
well.
exactly. I agree with that one. Yeah. Also another interesting one. I think it was Hyperdroid who I saw it first point out. Like the the retcon was that William was convicted for his crimes. Because in FNAF 1 you see it, you know, like something the person was convicted, but then it's never brought up again, you know. So I do
There's
like
a
that
lot
one
I
as
wanna
well.
say about that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, hello, Cryptic Luca. By the way, hello. I do like that one as well. Yeah, CC was supposed to be puppet mid FNAF 4 development. That'd be cool. Yeah, it makes sense.
I have an answer for that, but I don't want to spill the beans yet. Sadly,
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if I'm right, but
Yeah, because I don't know how
It's
much the
one of
convention is
two
talked.
things.
Oh my god,
conviction.
conviction being talked about. Yeah, I don't really see it too much. So, or just in general the retcon. So, ooh.
And I have two ways of explaining that, and I went with one. But if I'm wrong, I've got a backup. But I don't.
Okay.
I think it's one versus the other. I'll say that. I am decently confident what happened there.
Nice.
Decently. If that's not also a retcon, and I can take Scott at his word with that, right?
Can we?
I mean, unless you think that's the retcon.
I'd say more. I don't know. I like all the answers in that sense, you know. But I lean
In which
towards.
case, if that's the case, there'd be two retcons.
Yeah.
The identity of the crying child and the puppet, and the conviction.
That's
That'd
what I'm like.
be two
Yeah,
different
both of them make
things,
sense
Scott.
because I really do think if William, or unless like the FNAF 5 thing, like him being interrogated by those people. Do you have anything on that? Because that I find so interesting. You know, like when he's being interrogated by the guys who are we assuming are like some authority. You know, like is that him before he gets arrested or him like in you know?
Those aren't
I
the
don't know.
design for. No, that's I take that as that is
Uh-huh.
the CEO of Fazbear Entertainment asking about that. Again, like I've got a
interesting, okay.
whole thing explaining that, but again, I don't want to give up everything. But yeah, that's what I'll say. I think that's the corporate board of Fazbear talking to him
Yeah.
in that intro
Okay.
of Sister Location.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Because William was out of money by that point. Well, I mean, he had probably sunk a lot into Circus Baby's Pizza World, didn't he?
Right.
And when that immediately went belly up, he's like, oh, I can't use my own money for this anymore. I have to go to Fazbear and have them pay for it.
I
It would
like
make
that,
sense,
yeah.
like, why he has to go to the board
Hello,
and
BB.
justify the rental location cost. Those
Sure.
weren't the designer we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
Why does FNAF have so many retcons? We do not know. It just
There's
does.
only one. There's only one, guys. There's only one.
There's only one, yeah. Something like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we just I think both of those are retcon. I think changing the identity of Charlie and the Crying Child is one, and I'm pretty sure the conviction is another.
No, yeah, I liked, yeah.
I'm right. Unless I'm right, which would be cool too, but you guys don't know my explanation for that either. So again, I'm trying my best to finish writing this monster, but do you have any idea how annoying it is to get stuck on a script for 2 days trying to look up the identity of these security guards?
No, yeah, right? Because, like, revisiting that must be so interesting, you know? Because
Well, cause it's
it's
like
some...
God, I'm worried, oh, if I get it wrong, I'm gonna look like an idiot, and people are gonna immediately throw out my timeline. I mean, whoops, what?
No, yeah, right. It's like the simple stuff where, like,
But
yeah, no, I agree. It's like, wait, what? You just said Bite of 87 was Fredbear? Like, that's my worst fear, you know? Like, I myself like
right,
that.
or oh no, Mike wasn't the security guard there. He's not there till
Yeah,
FNAF 3, right?
right.
I had to be really sure about Michael being there for both. And it was really hard to explain, but I'm leaning heavily on the security logbook, is what I'll say.
Ooh, okay. I feel like...
It's a gender neutral name.
Yeah, I was
that
also
is a
trying to
good
reach
point.
out, but that's why FNAF 4 is so hard to solve, because it must have changed drastically mid-development. I agree. Because it does feel like multiple things in there.
What's in the box?
Oh, God.
That's
Trophies.
come up recently with the second movie as well, on topic.
Yes, it has.
We see Vanessa pulling the box.
We
out
see the
of
box with
closet.
trophies. No, yeah, 100%. Ooh.
I mean, the first movie, Scott was focusing heavily on dream theory, and isn't it so funny in this second one he's seeming to draw attention to the box?
Oh, I hope we get some answer. That'd be so cool. I don't care what it is. I just want anything.
What's in the box is all the, a token from each of the victims.
Right, yeah, that makes sense, but
Plane.
even if it's one of those, like, Kung Fu Panda things where she's like, the box was empty the whole time, I'd be happy. It's an answer. It's an answer.
There's nothing in the box.
Nothing the whole
Just a
time.
mirror.
Yeah, it's me. I'm in the box. I'd be happy with it, honestly. I need anything, though, please.
I mean, just from the trailers, if it's not, a thing from each of the victims is what actually was in the box the whole time, I'm going to be very disappointed, because that's clearly what they're hinting with the
No,
trailers.
100%, yeah. And it makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Which, if that was the case, what was Scott's original intention with the box then? If, that's... if he thought about it more and he's like, oh yeah, that's probably what I would have put in there. What was the purpose of that? If pretend in an alternate timeline we beat FNAF 4 years ago, and we're seeing all these little random items from and somehow making it clear they're connected with each of the core animatronics. It's what is he saying with that? What's the purpose of the box then, if that is the case?
Yeah. Right, I just wish we knew what he was thinking. I really wish, I could have been Scott for that moment.
Well, I mean, we might see in the movies here, because clearly
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
it back.
Right. But
So
then I
it's
wonder
that
what
just
they're gonna
makes me-
do, in FNAF. Sorry, in FNAF 4 movie, when the time comes, eventually. What,
If you think we'll get that far, I mean...
I hope so.
I almost wonder if they'll do it like a Star Wars thing, to where they'll have, a 3-movie arc and then another 3-movie arc. Could do it like that.
Yeah, I'd like that, yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
Me too.
God, can you imagine a 3-movie arc in, the Steel Wool era of games where we get to see the Pizzaplex?
Oh my, that'd be so
Oh.
cool.
That would be so cool.
I don't know how long it'd take to film that or the budget, but I mean,
They have
it
to,
could be possible.
rent out all of Mall of America for, a year
Yeah.
or something.
And then the remodeling, oh my god.
I mean, if there's any way you could do it and have it real life like that, would that not be a massively cool way to do that?
100%.
Renting
Yeah.
out Mall of America for a month or something, and they probably could have the budget to do it.
Right, yeah.
God, that'd be so cool.
That'd be really cool, right? Just save up all the money from these movies and it could be possible.
I mean, compared to what their budgets are, I mean, these movies, what is it? The first movie is the 4th highest grossing horror film of all time or something.
Exactly, yeah. And if they keep hitting that kind of mark with each of these movies, then it's possible.
they'd be willing to sink enough money for that, and it's like, because that's like something still vaguely within the realm of possibility, right? Like renting out the mall, it wouldn't be cheap, but like to not just have it all be CGI, to like actually rent out the Mall of America, which you've never
Yeah.
seen before, is massive. Like that's the only place I could
Hello, the
think of
Guardians.
to where
It
you
is
can
too
rent
long
a building like that and
Yeah,
like make it
right.
look like a proper pizzaplex.
Damn.
That'd be so sick, though. And I'm hoping we go that far with it, like
No, I'm sure we will. 20, 30, 40s. We'll be there.
2034. I mean, yeah, and hey, finally get some answers on Gregory.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah.
excited for. I know it's a long time away, but I'm very excited. We'll get something. We should talk about David.
Okay. Oh boy.
So Unnamed brought this
Trying
to our
to-
attention. But in that scene, I wish I could pull it up, but I'm gonna get copyrighted, so I can't. Sorry, guys. But in the scene where we see all the drawings in the pizzeria, there's one of a woman with blonde hair next to a child with the name David. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Holding a balloon.
Holding a balloon, yes.
Give
Unnamed,
us
you want to go
clues,
first?
Give us
Yes, give us
clues.
the yeah. I know we talked about that, but later any like everyone's saying hi, Var. Any like
Hello.
reference to MCM would be everything I'd want in a FNAF movie.
I think they
It's
will.
so-
Like, even if it's just a little cameo thing, and be
Yeah.
like, oh, like that Murray guy at MCM made these new toy animatronics for it. Like
Yeah.
something like that. Even if a
Uh-huh.
throwaway
It's
mention
so
like that,
good.
people
Yeah.
would go bonkers.
Or like I could see
Like-
when they're in the beginning, you know, they could do it well. Like with the when the crew is there with Michael or whatever who he is. They're like, "Oh yeah, this location." And then there was something with the diner, and then the other location that burnt down, something MCM, you know, two
Right.
two locations just done like that. And then there was a sister location, and then they just do the whole franchise. I'd be happy with that.
Or some kind of Murray product at like the Faz Fest or whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that could
Yeah.
be cool because we do know he had like carnival stuff. So there you go.
Or
We just see Big Top there.
even that.
That'd be
God,
hilarious.
That would be, Big Pop's
That'd be
the
so random.
ride you see at the fair.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Because that's never been made clear too. Like, who runs or owns like Fall Fest or Faz Fest? Because like even in Secret of the Mimic, that wasn't made clear. Like, Fiona made
Yeah.
it sound like they've got a booth or something there, but are they necessarily
Yeah.
the ones running it? Or is even Fazbear, for what it's worth? Like, we don't know. Like, who? It's heavily tied with Freddy's, but we don't get anything anywhere. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, definitively saying like, oh yes, Fall Fest is a Fazbear entertainment venue, and they're not just like showing up at this joint community fair thing that they just happen to be a part of. You know, like
Yeah.
it's probably owned by Fazbear,
Right.
but we just
Yeah, I'm
don't
trying to
have
think like
anything
on the
certain.
ticket, like the collectible. I'm trying to think if that's has some Fazbear thing there, cause I think I vaguely
Ooh.
remember. You know, maybe
That's
someone
a
in
good
chat knows. Yeah, but I do remember something like that.
I'm looking
Hello,
it up now.
Maddox. Welcome. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Hello, BV again. This is another. If anyone in chat knows, are you guys right? But I remember when the cast first got announced, and the actor for Michael, I forgot his real name, something Carter. I think it was said that he was gonna be Jeremy Fitzgerald in like a major role. That was like the first, you know, like cast announcement. Do you guys remember that? Anyone in chat? Do you like? Am I going crazy? Cause I swear I saw somewhere saying that he was gonna be Jeremy Fitzgerald.
I don't remember that for whatever reason.
Really?
But
That's
I
what-
Which
have
case
right?
it
dumb
could still be
brain,
Michael
so-
because that could just be a pseudonym. Like
Yeah,
Steve
exactly. Right.
William.
But I swear I saw somewhere saying it was Jeremy, and that like you know, then we all thought it was gonna be like a
Probably right, I
duo
just
movie.
have a horrible memory.
Well, because if it
Freddie
is,
Carter,
I
thank
thought
you. But yeah, it was.
Jeremy
I swear.
Fitzgerald is the '87 victim.
It's okay and available. Right, yeah, then it's weird. Iran said no. Really? Huh. Was it Comic-Con? I don't forget who you might have Fever Dream King, thank you. I forgot who it was, but I swear I saw that like, you know, oh huge, you know, announcement Or maybe it was just someone theorizing. Maybe that's why I'm like confusing it. But I thought I saw somewhere like when it was, you know, like they do like the page, they do the picture, and like the thing on the right on like a tweet, and they're like Freddie Carter just got, you know, casted in as Jeremy Fitzgerald in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie as a major role. And then I remember thinking, oh, it's gonna be like Michael trying to save him in the movie, you know, and he doesn't know what he's getting into type of thing, which I was wrong. But I swear I saw it.
You're like
I did
creating
see
this
part
vague
of that.
memory in my head. That I'm like,
Right? I'm like, remember, guys, I swear. I'll switch it up in a minute, but I did see the Daco charity stream. Very, very fun. And I think, I mean, we got a lot of teasers from him, and he's just doing something very great. Google any cast? Yeah, I'll Google right now. Google.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I cannot find this ticket book. Hang on.
You're good. I like we're all
Fall
looking
Fest. The certificate is presented to blank for participating in blank. I don't see anything Fazbear. Ah, here we go. Okay, hang on. Fall Fest admit 1 to be exchanged at the gates at 11. Save 50 cents on pizza. Blah 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 blah. I'm not seeing anything saying this is Fazbear.
Really? Okay. So never. Yeah. So,
Like,
no,
it's
that makes sense
mentioning it, like
too.
a discount on pizza. Maybe that's a vague connection, but like, there's nothing outright saying like, oh yes, this is a Fazbear operation.
Right. Okay, then yeah, I guess
But
not. That makes sense. But then that'd be
I
weird
mean-
if they had just had a booth, you know?
Right. Well,
who
and that's
owns
just
it?
what I'm wondering. Like maybe.
Yeah.
And again, like this might seem like a splitting hairs minor thing to bring up, but like, what if both MCM and Fazbear are just both going to like this venue operated by a third party?
Right. Yeah.
And like, it might not be like a big thing to mention, but it's like, if it's not like a Fazbear owned thing, like maybe very
I feel
slightly.
like it has to be though, because like they literally have like a Foxy log ride and stuff.
Oh right, and then yeah, I remember that
Maybe
one
that-
like art with
well-
Freddy, Foxy Bonnie, and then like the puppet as a scarecrow.
Right. Well, but maybe just like Fiona mentioned for MCM, maybe that was just a part of the Fazbear booth they had at the event, right? Like, you know,
Yeah,
as
it's
a counter.
possible.
We just don't know, and that's just what I want. Like, again, it might be an extremely splitting hairs thing for me to bring up, but it's like,
It's
just
FNAF.
like,
Everything is that way.
well, right, and like, it just like makes me like think more about this idea that I've had, and others have thought of and brought up too, of like, what if like we know Fiona died at Fall Fest, and possibly even others if the fire was that bad, right? But like, what is the possibility it was legitimately just an accident, right? Like if it's a Fazbear thing and it was negligence, it could be that, you know, like. And again, like, it's a bit of an extrapolation to get there, but it's just like, that's just what I wonder, right? Like, especially back in the days, like because God, when would that have been? I swear in one of these streams we came to a consensus on that like, Fiona had to have died in 76, 77,
Right.
if I remember right.
Yes.
It was 76, 77, one of those 2 years. So that was
Uh-huh.
the Fall Fest of 76, 77 is when this had to happen. So it's just like, we really need to, and again, like, someone that's going to have to take over before I go into another long diatribe of like how I'm going to be so mad if we get nothing on Fall Fest by the end of this
I
arc.
know the shoe. I'm gonna do the poll. Will he eat a shoe? Will he eat a shoe at the end? We'll find out.
I mean, again, as I say, if we don't get anything, like, even if it's like a sort of, you know, laugh in the wind sort of thing, like, even a mention, I'll take that. But if they say absolutely nothing on Fall Fest by the end of this arc, I will eat a shoe.
There you
God
go.
sakes, they've been teasing it since FNAF
I
1,
know.
guys. FNAF 1. Or not FNAF, Hell Wanted 1, I'm sorry.
Basically the FNAF one. Oh, yeah.
Right, well, when Steel Wool took over, they've been teasing it since Steel Wool
Yes,
took
exactly.
over. So
But Rat Rodent says that, and I also searched it up, but yeah, Freddie Carter was casted, and it was just speculation that he'll play Jeremy Fitzgerald. So not confirmed. I blame Deducer, I think, because I remember seeing his video or something like that, you know? And I think I just put it in my mind that, like, oh, he's confirmed. So I was wrong. I'm sorry, everyone. He was just, and yeah, just announces some role, and now we know.
yeah, now we know who Michael's actor is.
Like, maybe, I mean, I don't know. I'm still, let's see. Cool. I don't even know what we were
In
talking about
the-
originally, but, oh, sorry, we're going to go.
I was just gonna say, at the risk of having another Arnold situation, Arnold is William situation with me, I will go out on a limb and say I'm pretty confident that is Michael.
Me too
If
at
I'm
this
wrong,
point.
you all can make fun of me.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely stream after next week, basically, which is crazy to say. I cannot
I
believe
can't believe it's next
it is
week.
a week, and I'll hopefully see it Thursday, which is 6 days from now, which is insane. I can't believe it, but
Yes.
yeah, around that time, hopefully like Sunday or whenever, we'll figure it out, But hopefully a few days after the movie.
That weekend, yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
stream it.
yeah. Hopefully we can stream and then give our thoughts and.
And just ahead of time, obviously, everyone, yeah, that will contain spoilers because we will.
Yeah,
blab it.
right. Yeah, exactly. So I'll put
Like
spoilers in the
spoilers.
title. Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, all of you make sure to watch it too, so you can listen.
Yes, watch it Thursday or Friday, cause Saturday or Sunday, we're gonna be
that
on.
week, you've got a day or two window to watch it
Yeah,
before we stream
exactly.
again. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. But yes. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrated. Thank you, Rat wrote it.
yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, guys. A little late, but hope you all had turkey. I actually don't like turkey. Not much. I don't know if that's like a. What it was like.
I know a decent amount of people that don't like turkey, so I'm not
It's just
even
maybe it's because I've eaten like bad one in that sense. I've only eaten like
yeah, it's like if it's super
it's just
dry.
dry.
It's
I
not
never
nice.
can eat a turkey. Or actually, no. This time I did. Like
Right.
some Friendsgiving, it was this year is actually really juicy and it was good. But that's the only time I can say that. For like, because every time before then it's just super dry, and I'm like, man. Okay. Wait a day
I
or
might
two.
be the next step of odd because like
I love
I
tacos.
actually really like ground turkey.
Okay, no, that's fair too. That's fair.
Not just because beef's
I
gotten
had turkey.
fairly
Nice.
expensive and even something a little more lean, but I know some people really don't like ground turkey, even though
Right?
it tastes
Yeah.
fine to me.
No, yeah, I find Someone else said they also find it dry. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm not. Well, I don't make it, but because I've only had it like in like school situations in that sense, where they're giving it out. I'm like, all right, and it's a little dry. I'm like, okay, I need to dip it in my mashed potatoes now so I can eat it.
I will be right back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, you're all good.
Cool. Is there anything
Yeah,
really
not-
quick? Sorry, I was gonna say because you watched the movie like right now. I named watch the movie right now
Yes.
before stream, which we appreciate.
Yes,
Because
I
I did not, and it makes me lazy.
Well, 'cause
Anything
I've
you
only
want
seen
to
it, like,
point out?
3 times.
No, that's fair.
Anything I
But
wanna
yeah, anything you
point
really
out?
want to point out, or just connections to FNAF 2 movie, or something you really want to say. Welcome back, BB.
The stuff I have mentioned before of like it's so weird. Like why like the first question I thought is like why is William Afton's like secret alter ego Steve Raglan career counselor? Why is he doing that? Like presumably to have like a constant stream of like desperate security guards like I was. Which hey, if you guys don't know my channel lore, that's why my name's security guard. Part
Yep.
of like, oh, what's up with all the other employees of Fazbear, but also of like, oh, I was a security guard at one point and had the spookiest thing ever happen in my life while I was doing security. But
Oh, you should share
anyway,
that.
yeah, I'll have to tell remind me to tell that story at some point.
No,
But
100%.
to answer the question though, like of like, okay, sure, maybe he's wanting to do that, but like again, like all this idea of like what like when they do know too much, why doesn't he just have like Foxy or the animatronics just like kill them outright? Like why does he need the Freddy torture head device thing? Like that's such a complicated
Right,
way
yeah.
to solve that problem, right?
Yeah.
Um
Sorry, just really
It's
quick
very
before we jump in. Sorry, just Maddox says that they were the one who won the puppet prop from Dako's stream, which is
hey,
that's huge.
nice.
Congrats! Please take a video of that. That's
Congrats.
amazing. Sorry, I missed your message before, but that's amazing. Rat Rodent also says, "Glad you didn't get spring locked. We all are." Because he
Yeah,
was here with
no.
us. He's not in his spring bunny suit, guys. Don't worry. But
Yeah,
yes, keep
no,
going. So yes, the torture mask.
Yeah, torture mask thing is
all
just
weird, uh-huh.
very odd. Of like what
Right.
and like what his motive is in general. Like, what is he trying to do? Because like he himself says in that call to Mike of like, I guess the owner just can't bear to let it go. And like sure, because like he clearly still has a use for those spirits too. Like
Yeah.
other than just like otherwise like what's the point of like
Of
this whole
killing
setup just to
them.
have like a like children's spirit goon squad in this abandoned building? Like what's the point?
Right, because
Right,
obviously
like-
they're being lured there for something, not to actually watch the place, but to, in essence, like be
Right.
killed. But
Well,
why?
Because in my opinion, in the games, like the whole thing he's trying to do is get at them in the first place, like through all those original games, to use them for his remnant experiments, right?
Uh-huh,
And
right.
like at this point in the movies, he would have had like years and years and years and years to do that. So like that might not be what he's doing, but at the same time, the thing with the mask kind of tells me like
All right.
maybe not.
Welcome back.
So that's a big question I had with that.
Yeah.
What else? Clearly,
Yeah, I agree.
will
Sorry, I agree
say
with Rat Road and like it being for Redmond or Agony. You know, that makes the most sense. But I don't know if that would
yes,
be explained till sister location,
right.
or he wants to
Um,
film it for the gram. That too, man. You never know.
Mr. Pibb ASMR incoming.
oh
We
boy.
love it. I had my spray
Sorry
ASMR
about that.
earlier. No, we love it.
Um, V helped me remember. What are other things we just noticed rewatching the movie that we were like bringing up
Um,
throughout?
like Mike bringing his posters and stuff into the office reminded me very much of like how Remnant and Memories work. And so like he's bringing
Ooh,
items that
yes.
hold memories, and he literally even says like having them or remembering the memories or something like
Helps me
him
come back
get
to
the
this memory
dream.
because otherwise it's
Yeah,
really hard to on my own just
You
go
see,
back
yeah,
to
that's
this
really cool
memory.
because obviously, you know, William or not William, but memories kind of have some role in these newest FNAF games. You know, like the memory
yeah,
plushes in Help
very
Wanted
much.
2 and obviously some other places. You know, or with the Mimic might have something. So that's really cool. And I guess I just have a question. Like, I wonder how much of a role that's gonna have in the second movie, or because obviously we see Vanessa dreaming, you know, and that's why the trophies like memories. Like, are they gonna expand on it or something? Not so much. What do you guys think?
Memories attach themselves to items, maybe. Like
Yeah, like that could be. Yeah, that
I,
makes sense.
the reason I think it's like tokens from his previous victims, it's very suspicious that one of like, and again, it might be trailer trickery. Everybody knows that's a thing with clever editing.
Yes.
They do that,
Yeah.
not just with the FNAF movies, but a lot of them are getting very good at doing that with these
Oh yeah.
modern movies. But
Right.
the way, from what I remember from looking at the trailer, is like Vanessa's going into the closet, she sees the box, she pulls it out, and then it cuts to her putting Garrett's plane on the shelf next to the other, like what is it, like the bag of marbles and other
The
stuff, right? So like
mirror
it,
thing, notebook.
yeah, the mirror thing,
Yeah.
like it heavily implies to me that like what was in the box was like items like that, right? Because they made a clear point of like drawing that connection in the first movie, right? Of like, oh, Garrett's running around in his dream with the airplane, and then like, oh, we see the picture of Vanessa as a little girl holding his airplane, right? Like,
Right.
you're supposed to draw that. So he did hang on to it. Maybe he put them in the box, and that's what she's finding later. Maybe going through his old stuff, trying to wrestle old demons or whatever. But that is a big question of like just getting that brought up again, looking at that airplane as something we thought of like what's in the box, basically. What else? What are other
But
things?
kind of explain like, well, I guess I'm creating a really weird theory here, but essentially like that's how he puts the crying child back together is with those memories of those things, like the remnant from them.
I
So
love
that's
that.
literally
Yes.
what was in
Yeah.
the box.
Mm.
I don't know.
Wolfluencer, Carrie, and
Ooh.
Rat Road
Well,
instead.
hang on. You're saying like items that were associated with the crying child while he was alive, William gathers up again because
Yeah,
in one way or another, the crying child's soul has like attached themselves itself to them. Is what you're saying?
yeah. It's
I
So
pretty
then
much
like
the
that, and
same
I
that could
thing
love
as
actually
that.
how,
So what if the
that
box
could
just
the
fit
included
with.
his like plushies? Then you know his like friends.
yeah.
Do you
That
mind if
works
I steal
perfectly.
that? Like that, because that kind of fits with what I'm doing in my video,
Yeah, absolutely.
actually.
Nice.
It's essentially how the Secret of the Mimic game works too. Is it's like we're putting
Hmm.
all of these objects that are connected to the Murrays into
Yeah.
Blue.exe to
Yep.
recreate David, essentially.
Damn.
It does make me wonder where the white tiger came from, but whatever. The plushie, and why
Yeah,
we
and
need to go
Cryptic
to a
Luca
new
just
game
said that
plus.
the plushies in the box. By
Yep.
a run. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. A run. I was saying it right at one point. You told me, but I'm sorry if I'm butchering it now. Clearly, I need a Red Bull. But have a good night. It's okay. Don't worry.
Yeah. Have a good
And I
night.
hope to see you next stream. FNAF 2 movie. That one will be
Yes.
planned for
Everybody go
sure.
watch it.
Actually, it won't be planned in that sense. We'll just be rambling, but it will happen.
I mean,
Hey, Bronze,
Yep.
is it okay if I share the link to your vid on my channel too?
Absolutely. No, yes.
Okay, sweet.
Go for it, of course. Thank you. Cool.
Yeah, I
fine
just
with
think
doing
that whole idea of like remnant and objects, it was so like enforced in the books with like the Stitch Wraith and all of that. and then like Secret of the Mimic so directly, like, for lack of a better word, paralleled it.
Yeah.
So it was like we have this like endoskeleton, and then we have like the real Jake and like all those pieces put together with that endo in the
Yep.
books, and then it's like injected with agony, and suddenly it's violent. It's like so similar to like Secret of the Mimic. It was like if that was David in
Huh.
the Mimic, then all of a sudden now that it's been like battered by Edwin, now it's angry. It's like the same. That's so similar of a theme to me,
I
and then
don't
the way that it's like recreated.
I don't
Sorry, go
cover
ahead.
it in that, but like my current thought, and like I will say I don't cover Secret of the Mimic simply because of this, that like
Hmm.
from what I've noticed, none of us have a super solid grasp on Secret of the Mimic yet. It's just too new.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
think anyone will for like several years, but
right. But how I currently see it is, and I'm like wondering if I should even say it. Um, but like, here, bear with me. What was it you were just going over? I had a brain fart.
uh, just like remnant and memories with objects. Is that what
Yes,
we're talking
yes.
about?
Like,
Yeah,
just re-go over. Like, I lost my thought. Go over one more time what you just said.
yeah. So
I know.
essentially, like the way Crying Child was put together was similar to like how it works with David, where it's like you gather all these objects in Secret of the Mimic, you put them into this machine, and then you're essentially putting the memories and stuff back into this endoskeleton.
Oh yeah,
It's
now I remember. Thank you.
sort of like
How
that.
I think it works is, and again, I made a whole theory about it, but I think there are two endos. Trisha was the babysitter endo that Edwin eventually used to try and coax Fiona's soul into as what I term a perfect vessel. Bear with me here. Um, Somehow or another, M1 worked as a perfect vessel for Fiona as he started to have M1 mimic her and remove the Trisha persona, right? So now she's in the M1. That's fine for a while. Eventually, David dies. I'm very sad now. She brings the idea to him. Oh, do it again. With M2, he makes a second endo. M2 starts to have it mimic David, but then he loses hope halfway through, beats it, and now it's infused with his agony, much like we also see in the Silver Eyes, right? And so now this is a failed vessel. It was starting to mimic and coax David's soul in, but it was like aborted halfway through, right? Like it ceased, right? So maybe it got echoes of David in him, but it's mainly an agony creature, if not completely an agony creature at this point, much like, what is it? Not the Stitch Wraith, but what is it? The Circus Baby analog? I forget her face in the books. What is it? Because she's an agony creature, right? She's not actually possessed in the books, from what I remember. Um, and eventually, he's like, okay, like this is a fail, that this isn't working. He takes Fiona's soul, puts it into the Fiona Mexus machine. Now there's nothing in M1, and then he starts to have it copy um, David, the M1 endo. The M2 endo's still evil, and that, by the end of the secret ending, whether or not it's canon, I have no idea. This is just how I see it, everybody. Um, Arnold is able to finish it out. What Edwin was doing, coaxes his soul into David's soul into M1, perfect vessel. You know, I'm David now. I love it, and then is able to move on um, from that. Um, by effectively getting his happiest days simultaneously too, right? And I know, and you see, this is exactly why I don't go over this, because this is so convoluted, but at the same time, this is like the closest to what I think I can explain to like what in God's name is going on in Secret of the Mimic. But yeah, that's my take. I don't know if you guys have any better ideas, but I just wanted to go over that
No.
real quick,
No, I think you explained it perfectly.
just because I don't cover it. But again, like even that's subject to change because it's just like that is such a convoluted way to explain what I think is going on.
No, I mean I think you explained it perfectly, and just as a whole, Secret of the Mimic to me is very. It's like security breach in that sense, you know, where there's so much packed into that game.
What is going on here? Well, we had a whole stream of that. I thought we solved security breach.
We tried.
We tried.
We tried, and we did. We did.
We did. I mean, as solved as it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even J-Top himself said like we're not probably ever going to find everything.
Right, and that makes sense because man, like finding the
But what
meaning
really
like too much.
jumped to me was his interview with John, FNAF,
Right. Yeah.
when he's like, and I brought it up in my video about the Nightmare Own plushie specifically, where J-Todd specifically like pauses the interview halfway through, and he's like, "Who made these chairs and why? Why are they here?" And like it's like he broke my mind when he said that because like now I'm thinking and asking that of every last single thing in Security Breach now. Who put this here and why? Why is this here? Like,
Yes.
this is here
No,
for
I
a
agree.
reason.
Yeah, that's why I like, fanboyed so much over like Rockstar Row. You know, like what are
Yes.
missing? Like, who did it was a specific choice to include this one or this one? Like this eye, like, what is it? You know. So and that's like such a
And
small portion compared to the whole game that you can do the same
it
thing.
was a specific choice for them to make a new puppet mask model for the Tangle.
Yes, without
It's
tears.
something else.
Yes, which what does
Exactly.
that
What are they
mean?
saying with that?
Yeah, Tango is this whole stream we could do. This is funny though,
Uh,
but sorry, just Carrie said that they're gonna react to the movie. You know, they're gonna rent it so they can react how they want, which I think is a good idea.
yes.
But I think what's nice in the theater, like, hopefully you get just FNAF fans, you know, then you can react. Because I remember when I went the first movie, like the bite happened and everyone like freaked out and like a bunch of kids were like the bite of '87,
Right.
you know, things like that. But if you get unlucky and you're like with a bunch of people, then yeah, I get it. So I just want to.
That's
Cause
what
I
I'm
remember,
worried about.
right, yeah. So I
I
just want to,
mean,
yeah. Because I'm telling you, if I see Circus Baby anything, I'm gonna freak out. If you're just there to watch it, I'm
like,
sorry. You're gonna have to deal with it. I'm sorry.
I really don't want to sound like a crotchety old man, but like, I'm gonna try to go to as late a show as I can to try to avoid that.
That's what I
don't
did.
care
Yeah,
if I'm
I think with the first
gonna
one, I
see
went
it
like
like
at 9 or something, and I
1
got
a
a
yeah, like
yeah.
or oh god, I'll do like 11 or 1 a.m. showing if I can.
No, that's so fair.
Just to try to
Yeah,
avoid
I
that.
know one of my theaters has like I think 4 or like 6 a.m. and I was like, what? Imagine having
Oh
popcorn
yeah,
or something. But
that's a
I
good
Loki,
that's
yeah.
a good idea.
That's what I was like. Maybe I would for like a second rewatch, but I feel like I'd just be so tired I'd sleep and I'd wake up like at 12 p.m. not knowing where I am.
Then you could wake up just in time for another stream.
That's true. Imagine you're just like in a perfect timing, like the FNAF playing, you
Oh my
know.
God.
You just watch 3 of them.
Oh my god.
But yeah, sorry, I don't know. I forgot what we were talking about. I'm sorry. I don't have to push me like that.
Though just the odd things that V and I noticed rewatching the first movie. Those were the two. Like, is there anything else that we missed other than like it's odd that the kids were as manipulative. I'm sorry, as they were. I forgot about that. Um, me lamenting how wrong I was about Arnold, and oh yeah, the connection in the movie. I thought because I really thought the twist was gonna be, oh, Mike's dad is Henry, but it seems like they're not going that way. Just because the actors of like Skeet Ulrich and like his dad in the first movie seem so different, unless they're gonna pull like what V suggested, and it's gonna
He
be
was
like,
him all along type of thing.
well, no, that his first dad was like a fake dad.
Oh, I see.
Basically.
I see. Okay. I like that
And
too.
like Henry gave him up for adoption somehow for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
But then
Which
I
would
just
be
like
odd.
when they meet, why doesn't he recognize them? Or I guess because it's been a while, but I don't know. Ugh.
Oh, maybe he does. I mean, even what is it? It took William a second to recognize it. And like, if he
That's
gave him
true,
up
right?
that young, maybe he doesn't
Yeah.
know for sure that that's who
Um,
he'd be. It's possible. And it kind of draws connection to the games. Like, the baby isn't mine. If you want to go into that rabbit hole,
Right. It's funny.
him taking a kid that's not his.
Rodin says, "I'm just gonna go to jail for pirating FNAF 2." That is so fair.
It's gonna be a minute until you can do that. I'll tell you that. And to be fair, I think they deserve the tickets. It's like one of the few
Yeah.
movies that like interest me.
No, yeah, I agree. Yeah, and even though it is like from a franchise and it's a sequel, whatever, like it deserves it. You know, like the work that goes into the animatronics, like everything.
Oh
Yup.
yeah, and if they're going as big as they say they are, then
Yes, they will get
yeah, I
my
definitely
30, almost $40 for tickets.
right
For 2, which is crazy to
Well,
think about.
I mean, hey, if they can get an even bigger budget for the third, imagine a
Oh.
massive budget for the FNAF 3.
It could happen
movie.
for sure. That'd be so cool. Like the whole set being practical, basically. Even though they already did it, but I'm trying to think how much bigger can they go? Because they, I feel like already, you know, are doing like the animatronics practical,
and
like the pizzeria. It's
That's
crazy.
kind of the interesting problem with the third movie, because it's like FNAF 1 has a decent cast, FNAF 2 is an even bigger cast, and then the third one, it's really just William and the Phantoms.
Right. Yeah. I wonder how they're gonna do Phantoms.
like-
That's interesting, but
What
Yeah,
happened
that's
to
open
Puppet
FNAF.
too, though?
well, yeah. Technically, the puppet is there too.
Disney.
You're right.
Rodin says he's gonna
Although
rob
people-
Disney movies. That is
I'm
fair.
so
Understandable.
glad Scott put the reflection in the ground there.
Oh, I'm not an open FNAF. Oh, that's fair. I feel like I've always been
How
open about
much
my
they
FNAF
change things,
fans.
though.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if what they'll change, like as far as the plot of that one, because
Oh, me
Well,
too.
it could
yeah,
be
'cause-
completely different too.
Scott doesn't want to make it one for like, well, yeah, because like
Yeah.
the movies definitely deserve to be their own continuity, but at the same time, of like, you don't want to make it too blatant of like how much or little you're borrowing from one or the other, because it's like it almost confirmed things, right? Like, imagine if this truly was the games just brought to screen, right? How dangerous that would be for Scott, because that would effectively be like hard confirming things for us, right? And I don't think
Right.
he'd ever want to do that.
I would say I just wonder how they're gonna do the guard situation in FNAF 3.
Hey, like, see phone dude.
Right? I wonder, yeah, like I wonder, like I know we talked about it last stream for a bit, but like the time jump, I think there's so much that goes into the third one. Not that I'm worried necessarily, but I am just very, very interested to see how they're gonna do things. Cause I don't know.
Yeah, because what is it? The first movie took place in like April of 2000, if I remember right.
Yeah, exactly. So they could do 2030, which would bring us to now, basically. But even then, like they gotta recast
That's so bad.
everyone. That is wild thing
They would
about.
have to-
But yeah.
They would have to wait like bare minimum 5 years for that to kind of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want him to be recast because I love everyone as they are now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't.
But
really
for
don't think
Zombie
they should do
Springtrap, I think it's necessary. So I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, they can still keep William Afton as a
Yeah.
God, why am I mind blanking his name?
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank. What is going on there? V, why don't you say first? Because I've got an idea. I just don't want to yap too much.
I don't have a good answer.
Also, the stream
Fair.
totally buffered. It was like no data. I'm so sorry if everyone. I saw that totally. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but I
there was
think
a
we're
little
good
bit
now.
of a hiccup.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
we're good
we
now.
should be
But Maddox,
Sweet.
yes, please bring your puppet to the FNAF 2 movie. That'll be sick.
Nice.
But I think we're good now. But yeah, go ahead.
It's one of two things. It's either one, it's kind of like teasing, like putting the Mike name over Fritz is like to imply that Mike Schmidt and Fritz Smith were the same people or person, which would be Michael, in my opinion, or it's trying to imply that the security guard in the movie that came before Mike was named Fritz. But we don't know that for sure, and if anything, I kinda like the other one better, of it just being like a cameo thing.
This is like an Easter egg.
Right, like, but also like subtly implying that Mike Schmidt and Fritz Smith are the same person, which is kind of what I prefer, and I'm hoping that's what it is.
That makes sense to me.
No. Yeah, like, or just if, cause say, okay, same where Michael Afton is in the second one, you know, if Fritz Smith is his alias, then for some reason he was at the first location and that was his tape, you know,
Yes.
and that would be connected, obviously. But I feel like he is still working with his dad, is what it looks like it's gonna be. So I don't think it's like the movie route where he went as Fritz Smith to find his dad. But I still think it was Michael Afton going for some reason. But maybe that reason will be revealed, you know, in the second movie, which could be cool.
I mean, if I'm, how I think it were is like Michael was kind of following his dad up until sister location in the games. Is
Yeah,
how I
Yeah,
they
same
were
here.
communicating still, so that
Okay.
Right, which where I put sister location on the timeline is almost immediately after FNAF 1, in my opinion. So that would be what, like 1993, 1994, if
so
any of
Around
us
there,
are
yeah.
vaguely right.
95.
Right, 94, 95 is where I would
Yeah.
put sister
Let's say,
location
yeah, around
then.
there, yeah.
Is how I think. I might be dead wrong, everybody, but that's where I think sister location goes on the timeline because God, I know people have really debated for years where is sister location.
Yeah, and even
in the
still, like, to this
timeline.
day, for sure.
Well, because like it makes no sense for him to like, because like it's implied Williams like in action, however that works, right? Like, yeah, I went down there to go find her, right? Like, unless he just had him do that for whatever reason at that point, like. It only makes sense to me if it's after FNAF 1, but before FNAF 3.
No, I
In
still
my
agree with that.
opinion.
And to me, it's like, I don't think I'll change my mind on that unless they, you know, throw something crazy. Braun, sorry for intruding. I did find you. Explain something, and I'll send you a screenshot. Something. Ooh, where did you send the screenshots so I can look at them? Like on email? I think that's the only place I have right now because I don't have Twitter. No, thank you. Sorry, but keep talking, guys. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just thinking to myself, like, God, I'm really trying to not sound like a crotchety old man, but like, I might date myself a little when I say I deleted Facebook in 2009, and I've not had social media since. So, unfortunately, that might date me a little.
No, I know what you mean. No, yeah. I tried Twitter for a bit, but no.
that's awful.
Yeah, awful.
Well, like my thing was like, and again, this is gonna sound ancient, but it's like I just got this new like cell phone. Like, if I like somebody enough to like want to contact them regularly, why don't I just give you my number, right? Like, what do I need a social media for? Just call me. But again, like, God, that probably makes me sound ancient though.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I think it's, or even now, I'm not even like, I don't know when like Snapchat was released, but even then, I feel like I'd be caught off guard if someone was like, "Oh, let me get your Snapchat." I'm like, what?
Well,
It's been
yeah,
a
like,
while since I've used that. You know?
like yeah, that's just my thing. It's like, why if I don't trust you or like you enough to like give you my number, why am I talking to you? This
Yeah,
is
no,
like
yeah.
my thing, but
No, I feel like most of my
that's gonna
socials
be
now are just for like bronze films. You know?
right. Like,
I think
I mean,
am.
I know I'll have to make one for my business, and like,
Nice,
I guess
yeah.
technically my YouTube channel is one, but like,
Yeah.
no, like the widest thing everything is like my friend sending me like funny like Instagram stuff that he reposts, but like other than that, like I don't have an account for anything.
No, that's
other
fair. Yeah, I agree with Rat Road. And like, besides YouTube, it's hard to, you know. I like TikTok's funny sometimes, but I like how we're just talking about social media.
Than,
But,
like,
but like,
ironically,
yeah, but like for
sometimes.
FNAF content, like obviously YouTube's the best. TikTok not as much, but obviously since I mostly engage with FNAF content, it's mostly YouTube. You know,
Unfortunately,
Instagram Reels are funny, but not really FNAF at all. Just
some
people getting
rotten
hurt.
part of my brain just is really fascinated by the Riz Trap image, and I
The
can't
wrist strap.
help
Right? Yeah, it's like things like that. You know.
the mogging one. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah, that one's
funny to
hilarious.
me.
Yeah. There's some
That's
things,
so
but
stupid, but it's so
yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we got 32 in stream now. So yeah, 20 something likes, and
Thank
one
you,
of us will eat a
everybody.
shoe. We'll do a poll.
If
We'll
we
do a
don't
poll.
hit anything,
I
Fall
just
Fest
throw it
by
in
the
the
end of
street.
this
I know.
arc is the deal.
I know, but I kept it. I mean, I marked it down though from last stream. Var
Yeah.
and unnamed still
I
owe
mean,
a
I
shoe,
stick to, and again,
and then we're gonna do
it
a shoe
might
here
not be
too.
like
So we'll
a
see.
boot. It might just be a hey dude or a croc even. I could probably handle a croc.
That's fair.
But even if it's a baby mention, like cameo hint thing, I will take that. Just something, Scott, please. By the end
Right?
of
Yeah.
you've been teasing all this
I know.
until 1 and 1.
Like the pull. I know. And this, I thought it would have been this. I really thought it would have been some expansion, but it still can be. But
Right.
it's tough. Yeah.
That's why I'm still partially
Yeah.
salty about Secret of the Mimic, because it's like, oh, like when better to give us more lore on William Henry and Fall Fest that
Right.
they've been teasing forever.
Yeah.
It's like we've got nothing.
Just to read chat, Maddox said, "Hear me out. Freddy Carter gets spring locked in a Freddy suit, and when the next one he'll be Fred Trap. Because if you think about it, back when FNAF 3 came out, people thought it was him. That's true. I remember the Golden Freddy Trap thing. That'd be funny. I wonder, maybe like two matches, Spring Trap and Fred Trap." The Guardian says, "I think that the biggest question is when did William tell Michael to go down in Circus Baby Entertainment and Rental?" I guess
He
well,
left. I think Game Theory kind of touched on that forever ago, and that's kind of what I'm borrowing of like he left some sort of like message for him, like, oh hey, if you ever not hear from me for a month or whatever, I want you to open this letter or whatever.
Right,
and then
yeah.
that had instructions for him to like, here's the keypad, go down into the basement and the da-da-da-da, and that's how I think Sister Location happened.
I agree, but for me, it's like after Sister Location, right? Saying it's like leading to FNAF 3. I wonder, like how he knew to go there, or I wonder if he just went to work there.
He just randomly went, is how I think. Like, I think he was literally looking for William. Like,
right, just like at
after, "I'm going
locations.
to come find you."
That
Like,
makes sense.
He
Okay.
spent like decades looking for his father, is what I think. And he just happened to stumble on like a news or like clipping of like, oh hey, hiring for this new Fazbear's Fry, right? Like, is how I think it happened. Which was also, in my opinion, Henry's first attempt at finishing off William, but whatever.
Right, yeah, a couple times.
Well, I mean, it's either that or like somehow Phone Dude and his company blatantly got away with ripping off the Fazbear IP with no consequences. It's either
No.
that or Henry gave them the
Yeah,
license.
but I just wonder
which
why
is what
Henry,
I
or
think.
unless he wanted to. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
Because he was trying to finish off William is my take. Which, although at the same time, is kind of odd to me. Like, why are you keeping William like on ice for like 30 years and then bothering to do it? Why didn't you just do that immediately? But whatever, I guess.
But
Unless
me,
you guys have another idea on like why he took so long to do
no,
that.
and I agree. No, it's like, yeah, it's hard unless we find out in FNAF 3, you know what not sometime. But yeah, it's the best explanation, I still think. Because FNAF 3 is vague. I feel like with a lot of the games we have, especially after Sister Location, you know, we get a lot more, or even FNAF 2, I'd say, we get a good amount for the pizzeria or what's going on, you know, newspaper. But not
Right.
FNAF 3, we got nothing. And Phone Dude does not help. No offense, Phone Dude, but he does not. But Mio, I just saw your
Got
Discord
so
message,
much.
and I will look at it after the stream, and I appreciate it.
In the FNAF 2, going over the FNAF 2 phone calls for my video has been like very wild to re-go into, because it's amazing how much is actually stuffed in those phone calls. Things to kind of like reinforce things like how I say they happen in the timeline, because it's kind of like hard to argue against it when Phone Guy is outright saying himself, right? Like, you know, it's things like, you know, the obvious stuff of like someone uses a suit in the back, a yellow one, right? Like, it's pretty definitive, like, oh, it was the night before that happened then, if we are hearing it in game that next day, right? It's just amazing, like, how clear stuff could be with some of those early games sometime, like, times, at least compared to what we're dealing with now, as FNAF theorists, where things get very cryptic at times, but hey, that's kind of the fun, right?
Exactly. Let's see.
You guys have any major predictions for how the second movie is going to go here?
I think
Like, we're supposed to be solving
right.
it.
Even though I feel like we keep going off track, I'm sorry guys, but it's just so fun talking about Henry or FNAF 3 or really whatever it is,
yeah.
you know. And it's so
This
easy
is the
to
Yap stream.
yeah.
We're good.
I think I talked about this a lot last stream, but for me, it's I just really want Michael Afton.
I mean, that guy's got to be him.
Right? Like yeah, like in terms of
He just
his
looks
connection to
so
Vanessa, like I want
smart.
to see him interact him with Michael, like that confusion. I want to see like his backstory with his dad. Like whatever it is. Like I think that is so important. Some hints of the crying child, so much could be done, right? And his like
Ooh, what
probably
if
not much screen
Vanessa
time,
was
but
like a reluctant follower of her father, but Michael was sort of I'm like almost filling the role of Elizabeth, and I'm like your
right.
kind of go-getter child, right? Like
Yes, exactly.
that might
Like
be
that.
interesting.
Yeah. And like I want them to talk and like maybe bring up the crying child in some way where they're like don't talk about him, because of what happened, something like that. And then Elizabeth also maybe. No, I don't think so. I think that is Vanessa in that sense, or Abby. I
Yeah,
don't think we'll get Elizabeth. Well,
no,
I don't know.
like I think in the movie verse it would be Vanessa and Michael being his two children at this point at least.
Yes. Do we think crying child?
But
Do we think he's?
I mean, another big problem is we don't really know what's going on with Garrett because if this girl is the one that ends up in the puppet, where does Garrett go? And the blonde boy is in Golden Freddy. Like the only other thing is
Dual
what you
puppet
suggested
theory.
earlier.
Yeah, or dual
God,
puppet. Yeah, which I know
God.
chat talked about earlier, but yeah, I'd be
Please
okay with
no.
it in some sense. It just wouldn't be explained in this movie, and it wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like having duels
Sure.
is something that is so, important, and to kind of brush over
I
it would be rough.
I like the idea of dual Golden Freddy. It's just it just like it gets a bit like repetitive and redundant. Like it works just fine with just Charlie being in the puppet for me, right? And
Yeah.
like it would kind of minimize like all that like she says in Ultimate Custom Night of like the others are like animals where I am very aware, right? Like it's although I guess like that's never explained. Like how is she so aware, but and the others are like animals, but apparently at the same time, the vengeful spirit is also an exception. But whatever, I'll put that to the side. Um, that's a big question mark I have on this second movie of like, good God, what happened to Garrett? He's either in Golden Freddy or as like what we see in the books where like VRAR pointed out where it's like, what is it like? Oh, Andrew can see and whatnot in the Stitch Wraith, but like um the crying child, I forget his name in the books, can't like see or like really interact with the world, and he's like possessing it more weakly. Unless it's either something like that or his soul's just floating around. I don't know. Like where else could Garrett end up at this point? If the girl's gonna end up in the puppet.
Oh man.
I mean, do you guys have any guesses?
Yeah, right. It's like honestly, in that sense, could go either way. But I just need some animatronic. I'd be more fine with Golden Duo or Trio even at this point
Mhm.
more than the puppet because I think
Never-
that has always been Charlie. But sorry, you go for it, War.
Yes.
Oh no, you're fine. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'd be more
Or was
fine
that
with
the end of your
Golden.
sentence?
Right? I was like, I had something else, but no, yeah, just you go for it. Oh,
Oh,
you
God.
man. Welcome back, BB.
So we got two
I was just
Golden
gonna say we've
Duo.
never had Balloon Boy explain. Maybe it's Balloon Boy.
Oh God! Like what a people would be so mad if
Decapitated
Garrett
his
just ended
brother.
up in
Imagine.
Balloon Boy.
It's like in Security Breach. Like imagine dying and then you just end up in a staff bot or like a floor bot.
Well, I mean that's what happened to Cassie's dad.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know why I love Balloon Boy so much, but I do.
Me too. I'm sad they're gonna decapitate him. Oh, my guess is Garrett possesses the tiny Balloon Boy figurine and maybe the actual Balloon Boy animatronic. Literally predicted.
So weird from like all the jump
Yeah, that's why
scares.
Balloon Boy keeps appearing because he's
That's
like,
true.
"Hey, bro."
Right?
notice
That'd just
me."
be so funny because it's like a joke, but then like
that's what the
it's
me
actually
in
his
the mirror
brother.
Was
It
Garrett
was
trying to
Gary,
be
yeah.
No.
That is something Scott would do. Do I like that?
I don't know if I like it, but it'd be funny.
It'd be funny for sure.
I don't know if I want funny though. I don't want...
Just because of how mad everybody would get. Maybe myself included, because it's like
Garrett is the cupcake.
Right, or the cupcake, because like in essence it is separate from Chica, unless they split souls or I don't know.
it was her dog when she was alive.
Right, yeah.
My question
But
is,
it
if
acts
it does,
very animalistic like that, I feel like.
the reason I'm worried it's not Golden Duo is because why do we not even get a breath of a mention or a hint of Garrett in Golden Freddy? Why is it only the blonde boy
Right, in that sense,
at
you'd
all?
also imagine that he'd show up, like, in the dream sequences,
Or
you
like,
know?
right,
Like,
or
they show
like
up together.
something. Even if he didn't have enough of an ability to manifest in his dream, like maybe like an echo of him, or like when
Hmm.
like he's leading Abby uh back to Freddy's, like seeing like maybe some echo of like Garrett, like maybe seeing a face in the suit for a second, or like something, right? But we didn't get that. So like
Yeah.
that's just having me worry that it's not Golden Duo, which if it's not, and it's also not the puppet, like that's what I'm worried about. Where else could Garrett get? And again, maybe this is all of us just assuming Garrett ends up in anything. Maybe it's like the
Yeah.
DCI and he just died. And this would, maybe before William was trying to do the remnant stuff. But that would be odd because it's always been implied Charlie was first. But again, this is the movies. Maybe it's different.
Yep.
Even though again, the second movie seems to be like, if that's the first location and the girls died there first, like this movie's gonna have to answer a lot. Is what
Yeah, I
I'll
agree.
say.
Or it's like one of those things where like Garrett's more like hidden in that sense and doesn't know what's going on. Like kind of like the what we talk about the books where he's like, I guess, which is funny to say, like in the stomach portion of Golden Freddy where he can't really see much or doesn't know what's happening
Right.
and is more just there, and that'll be explored. But then like I'm saying the crying child, I don't know. I think if they're gonna do Michael, I get why they wouldn't do Elizabeth Afton because we have Vanessa and Abby,
Yes.
but crying child still seems very much in play to me. So Golden Trio, I guess so.
Like, everybody's in Golden.
Real. All right, but Rat Rodent's heading out, so appreciate you for coming in.
Yeah,
Mike
thank you for being
getting
here.
drop
Thank
kicked.
you for
Yes,
being here.
appreciate you. Have a good night.
The drop kick of 80s.
I mean, what do you guys think? Like, that was just me yapping. Where do
Uh-huh.
you guys think Garrett is, like, logically? If it's
Mm.
definitely not the puppet, we all seem to be in agreement on that. Like, where.
Yeah.
And Golden Duo's kinda iffy. Like, where else could he be?
I don't think it's gonna be Golden Freddy, even though, cause I think there would have been more hints in terms of like the blonde boy saying something to Michael, like, "Oh, he's here," or "There's room," or something like some line. I feel like they would
Yeah,
have done, you
that's
know?
another good point. Like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't he have mentioned. Again,
Exactly,
like,
because he's like,
that's
"I know
also
where your
why I've
brother
got.
is," or something like that will bring you.
Yeah,
And if
he's
they,
right here. Like, if you
yeah,
give us Abby,
hey, you'll
well,
see him.
you
Yeah.
can have your brother or see your
Right.
brother, right? Like,
So
why
it's got to be an
he had to lie?
animatronic, right? Like that they know
Yeah,
about if they're being truthful, right? That's not Golden Freddy because if not, they would have done it differently. Probably not Charlie because Charlie's always been, or sorry, not the puppet because puppet has always been Charlie, and then that's kind of its own separate thing, that has importance. So that leaves literally no one because obviously the animatronic, the Wizards maybe, but then like which one, and the toys probably not. I think they're being controlled by William or Michael, whatever. But the Wizards, like, what if it's Withered Golden Freddy in that sense? Like, what if it's FNAF 1 Freddy and we have FNAF 2 Freddy? Honestly, I don't
or
know.
Fredbear.
Or, yeah, right now I still want to say it's a Freddy, like Golden Fredbear Freddy or whatever. But even then, it seems so weird to say. Like, I wish they gave us more to talk about. But we got nothing. So my final
And
answer,
that's
Golden
that's
Trio.
the kind of the problem. Like, if it's not Golden Freddy, we've got a problem because where does Garrett
Right?
end
Or, like,
up?
we just get a random robot kid plot twist. Like, that'd be so weird. Like, it's got to be something. I don't know what it could be at this point.
Glitch says, wait, no, Garrett will be the DCI representation in the movie and will control all of the toy animatronics, including Balloon Boy.
Whoa.
Interesting.
I love that.
Garrett is the DCI representation.
I could see that.
So,
You know what? I could see it. Like,
but
kind of
his soul's just
split.
kind of floating around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I just wonder why he's targeting people and then like,
Yes.
yeah.
Why is he hostile? What and like if so wait a minute. If that's the case as well, did William drive out a state or two away, kidnap this random boy, drive him a state or two back, kill him in the original location, and go from there? Like what is the motive? Like what is the
Yeah, I
point
don't
of
know.
that? What? Like why not just, like, as we've always seen him, right, like, take a kid, like, or lead a kid away at the restaurant? Why does he have to drive to the woods 2
Right, like
states
yeah, this
away
felt like a
to get a
very
kid to
specific
drink?
targeted attack, aka
Right,
Henry.
is
But no, not really,
right, which is
apparently.
where I thought it was
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
If not,
literally,
it's like,
yes. It would make perfect
you
sense.
know how frustrated I'm gonna be if that's the case, where William's like, oh yeah, I did just randomly drive 2 states away into the middle of the woods and take this one random kid.
Because he had a toy that my daughter wanted. Like, no. No.
Right, like, and it's odd because, like, it's implied, like, the picture she shows of her and William together, like, it's implied that Freddy's is still open then when she has the toys. So, like,
Right, yeah.
he had to have killed Garrett while a Freddy's is still operational, which is odd to notice.
Yeah. And I this is kind of another thing is I don't know how I feel about like Michael and his or Mike and his family having some connection to Fazbear's just because he doesn't know anything about it, you know.
Yeah.
Even if it was, yeah,
about it.
even if it was super young and they like maybe moved away from it, I feel like he remembers some of it, you know. Especially like seeing the animatronics, speaking in that pizzeria, you know, talking to Vanessa. Like he
Right,
obviously
Mike
learned all of it for the
especially.
first time. Yeah, so like why are they
Because
targeting this
Mike
family?
was old enough to, like, recognize the problems. He's implied he's like 9, 10 or something.
Right, yeah.
Like, to see the event and, like, remember it.
Yeah,
that
he
well,
would have. Yeah,
because,
he would have
like,
exactly. Or like to
how
even
many
say.
memories do you?
Sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, how many memories do you have of, like, before 10 years old, right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
maybe a handful is
Yeah.
what I have.
Right.
But, like, he if he was old enough to remember that, he'd be old enough to, like, catch on to that. Like, I would think so. Like, that's just what I'm doubting. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really curious. Like, what is Scott gonna do with Garrett in the movies?
I feel like it's the thing we know least about in that sense. Because with everything else, we kind of have some idea, honestly. But no,
Right.
the Garrett
And
definitely.
yeah, like Glitch says is where, like, maybe the toys are attacking people who mistreated Abby at school. I've seen that idea.
That
floating
I
around.
like as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's otherwise it's like that's a big question of, like, why are the toys, like, randomly, like, tromping through the town and through the school and, like, going into people's homes, right? Like, why are they seemingly attacking random people? Well,
Yeah,
maybe it's
yeah.
not random. Because also clearly Toy Freddy is able to walk through, like, Fall Fest and not, like, bother Faz Fest, I'm sorry, and not bug anybody.
Right. What do you think, V?
Paging V. That's good.
Keep going. I have like a thought and process of it, but it's not
You're good.
completed yet.
Oh, trust me, I know the feeling. What do you think, Bronze? Like, if you had to just take a stab in the dark, just because that's the biggest question mark we have at this point, because, like, everything else, we've got a pretty decent grasp on with, like, Michael and, like, what's in the box, but, like, what do you think is going on with Garrett? Like, what is Scott planning with him and his character?
Like to say which animatronic?
Or even just,
Or just, like,
even if he ends
anything.
up in an animatronic at all, like, what
Yeah.
just in general is going on? Like, what is Scott doing with Garrett and his character in the movies? Like, that's the biggest question mark we have at this point, because, like, I feel confident in our answers of, like,
Yeah, same.
box, of, like, Charlie and the puppet, and, like, vaguely what her motives are, although we can touch on that in a minute. But, like, the biggest question mark I think we've got is, like, this dangling thread of, like, what is going on with Garrett? Like, what is your take? What is Scott doing with him?
Right. Okay, so first, the reason he got kidnapped, right? Definitely about his family. I don't think it's Fazbear's related, which is weird to say, you know, because why else? Like, what's this connection, you know? Maybe it's like William's brother or something weird like that, you know? So there has to be some reason they got kidnapped, right? And then just to kill him wouldn't make sense either. I think probably stuffed an animatronic. So I still think it is an animatronic. If not, I think it would be weird. I don't just no way Scott would do a random family killed for no reason, you know? So I'm pretty sure maybe that'll be revealed soon, right? But if I were to pick an animatronic, I like Glitchinger's answer the most, where it is the DCI of the toys, right? Or if it's not even mentioned in the second one, then maybe something with like circus babies, maybe Garrett's like this Elizabeth, maybe something like that where we won't find out for a while, which also feels weird because obviously this was such a big plot point in the first FNAF movie. So I think right now Scott's gonna do it much later on. I think because right now I feel like he already has a lot on his table in that sense, unless we just randomly get like this kind of plot line in the second movie. But it's just so hard to imagine because we have Michael, maybe another Michael, Vanessa, and then Abby, and then we have to figure out why 8 animatronics are being possessed, and where's William in all this, and like Henry, Charlie, the puppet. I feel like there's so much already where I think we might wait a bit on Garrett. So that's where I think I am right now.
I mean, I guess how long do you think that's gonna take to happen? Because
Right, because I don't want to wait till the second arc, and then even then like the second movie in that arc being sister
right,
location.
well, and that's assuming we're getting a second arc. Because I was about
Yeah.
to make the point, like, does this make any more sense to try and put it in the third movie, focusing on FNAF?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, if they don't do it here, then like that's why they would have to do it for a while, because FNAF 3, I don't think there's any room, unless somehow, which is weird to say, somehow that it's connected to Spring Bonnie or Thatsu, because like, which I don't think it is, but I know we talked about last stream where like there was that deleted scene where Garrett was like in front of Spring Bonnie before disappearing, and then like he pops out and like kicks Michael. So
Right.
unless there is some connection there or to like Fred, I don't know. I don't think it'd be the third one either, because obviously that also has its own like, are we gonna see Michael again, like the other Michael? Are we gonna see, Springtrap? How the Phantom's gonna be done? Like what? I'm excited for that. This is random, right? But the Phantoms, are they gonna do FNAF 2 or FNAF 1 Freddy? Because FNAF 1 we have Chica, then we have FNAF 2 Mangle, then FNAF 2 Puppet, FNAF 2 Balloon Boy, but then we get FNAF 2 Withered Foxy, and then Withered Freddy. So Chica's the odd ones out in that sense. We're FNAF 1. But then in Help Wanted, we get FNAF 1 Phantom Freddy, which is a random thing I did not know till yesterday. So I wonder what Phantoms they're going to choose, yeah. And even then, like, they had the Withered Freddy model already from, like, obviously the FNAF 2 minigame or, like, level. So why not just, like, recolor him? So that's off topic, but I wonder what Phantoms are going to be chosen. But yeah, till then, I'm not honestly sure when, but I think it'll be for a while just because they already have so much going on.
That's just gonna be so frustrating though, if like they
right.
or like how they even would solve the Garrett question or dangling thread in the third movie, or if not, like even more so, how frustrating would it be to like save it for a second arc? Because like, granted, these movies are doing well, but like even still, it's a bit of a dice roll, even at this point, on like if they're going to get a second string of 3 movies, right?
Right, and
like,
even then, I know like those kind of second trilogies can take a while. I don't have a
Right,
good
and how
example on
many
top of my
years
head.
it
Yeah, but like, are they gonna
Star
change
Wars is the
directors?
one everyone knows.
Yeah,
but-
exactly. Yeah. Like, are they gonna change directors? Like, the shop that does
Right, and, like-
animatronics. Like, there's so much like with this another trilogy.
And if they did, would they keep that same plans of like? And again, all of this would be assuming that the setup with Garrett had been going on since before FNAF 1, the first movie came out, right?
Right.
So like, would you set up an arc to go that far? Like, that's that's just what I'm wondering. There has to be something on Garrett in this movie, because if not,
It better be.
well, I mean, if not, it makes no, like, how does it make sense to do it in the third movie if it takes place, like, if it's like following FNAF 3, as Scott said, right? Like, first movie's first game, second movie's second game, so on from there, right? Like, how does it make sense to resolve Garrett in a FNAF 3 movie, basically? Or if not, like, even worse, you're waiting to resolve that for, like, a second arc, like, 10 years from now. Right, because, like, we're just getting the second movie now. It's going to be, what, 2-3 years till we get the third movie from now, probably.
It
And
really
then
depends
what?
on how far the story goes in this one.
Yeah. And just, like, what gets revealed. And I guess that's just what I'm saying. Like, would he be willing to make people wait that long to get a resolution to this Garrett setup?
It'll be an awfully long cliffhanger.
Right, and that's just what, like, people were really mad when The Walking Dead tried that for a year. Right, if anyone remembers that, but that's just what I'm doubting. Like, we have to get an answer on Garrett. I don't know what it is, and I admit that immediately, Chad. I have no idea how they can do it. Maybe dual Golden Freddy, but like, if Garrett is not having some answer or hint or something in this movie, then like it's really not good. I just don't know how they could do it with the third movie. Like, because who could they make it? Like, unless he's gonna be like a part of some animatronic or something we've never seen before. Like,
Yeah.
Sparky, I get, but
Sparky.
like, God, even that would be such a letdown.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, how do you like bring him in a way that's not gonna make the fans mad either? Because that's something they've repeatedly said they're very aware of. And I mean, hey, I appreciate it. There's really nothing I saw in the first movie that made me mad. I will say that.
Same here. It's very well done, you know. Yeah. Is this
well, and not
sorry, random,
just
but
quality of the movie, but like
yeah.
them putting in like things or details of like, I don't like that.
Right. No. Yeah.
I never had anything like that pop up. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure you could think of ideas of like things that they could do that would make you mad, even if it was another continuity of like, I don't know. Gregory is a robot kid and he's like the pink guy this whole time. Like, something just so off the walls that would make people mad.
Garrett's just Michael.
Oh, God. They're the same person.
That'd be the worst.
Yeah, and his closet is like full of Michael bots, and one of them's Garrett.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Bear with me. Hang on. You say you hate that. Wait a minute.
I do hate it, but I can see it.
So
would
you're
be
saying
so
he
random.
would have lied about killing Garrett. He kidnapped him and he raised him as Michael. The baby isn't my. I hate that. I like that.
He killed what you know as Garrett. Now he's Michael. Or he killed him, rebuilt him, he put him back together.
You might not like me for it, V, but I hate that I like that, actually. Like,
yeah, at least someone does. I don't like it.
Like,
if they did it right, it could be cool, but like how I said it sounds horrendous to me.
But like, that's been a dangling thread in the games themselves of like, since Immortal and the Restless of like, the baby isn't mine, the baby isn't mine. Like, this hint of like William kidnapped some kid and tried to raise him as his own, right? Or like, that's been a dangling thread in the games for years, right? Like, maybe this is Scott's way of saying it is like, oh yeah, Michael wasn't my kid. Like, imagine the reveal that would be if like Michael, which would be so weird because he's said to look nearly identical to William. Like, maybe it wouldn't be Michael in the games, but just like showing how it works, basically.
Yeah, just like the idea.
Right. In which, for the movies at least, I will say, like, I kind of hate that I like that. Of, like...
No, if they did it right, it could be really cool. Just the way I presented it.
Right,
like,
that... Oh, yeah, like, I lied about it. I killed him in the same way Darth Vader.
They'd have to explain that in so many ways. It'd be like 50 different flashbacks to explain how it'd be possible. Yeah.
It's just like...
Also, Rat Rodent did eat a croc because we hit 20 likes. I'm sorry. It was for us, not you. I'm sorry. But Maddox says, "Can you solve this theory for me? Where do you think a Rosie pork shop from Together Forever came from? Could she come from Chica's Party World or sister location because she's a Springlock?" I would say sister location, but that is a weird animatronic. Have you guys read that Fazbear Fright story? Yes.
It's so unnecessarily gruesome.
Yep.
Body parts floating around.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just like trying not to choke on it. I'm like, what is this? God.
It's an animatronic from Fazbear Frights, who I think just has fan art at this point. But it's like it's a weird book, a weird story. That's fair. It's hard to read. I feel like all of the books, you know, and then like the amount of stories with all of them is insane, especially now with Tales.
The books are a wild.
The books are
ride.
crazy.
They are a wild.
I'm just watching Gibby's 36-hour Vendetta so fair.
Ride.
That video was cool.
36 hours.
Yeah.
18 hours.
Anything else you guys want to talk about the first movie? Like anything? Because I know Garrett obviously like the more like. Is there anything
Yeah,
like
that's
any
just
other
the
question?
hardest one.
Right? Is there any other question?
Um,
Hoping to see a FNAF 2 movie?
V, do you have any off the top of your head? Let me think. Questions that I got from the first FNAF movie that I haven't mentioned yet. Yeah, what William motives are exactly. What in God's name on with Garrett? The Fritz mention, I'm just gonna take that as an Easter egg to imply in the games that him and Michael are one and the same, but you know, that's just my opinion. Anything else?
Curious to see if all for through Vanessa's eyes, kind of like if they show anything from her perspective in the second movie, like tying that back to like I don't know, some of the expressions she makes in the first movie is just like it's haunting her so much, or like what's going on, because she like I feel like she knows a ton and she was like fully aware of what Afton was doing when she was a kid, but I might be wrong. Because I feel like that's gonna really like bring home a lot of her talks with Mike in the first film. It's just gonna like hit harder once you know like her background, kind of.
And it's odd she's almost paralleling a Michael role herself in that, like, because outright what we see in the first movie is her like being a sort of, again, where have you heard this before, reluctant follower of William. And I just wonder, like, maybe she was doing that even before. You know, maybe, well, no, granted, like maybe not during the MCI or whatever, because like she was shown to be a kid back then, but that's just what like maybe she like how long did she know about this is another question I've got about Vanessa in the movies. Like, when did she find out? How did she find out? Actually, now that I think about it, that's kind of weird, right? Like how did that work? Did William just sit her down and like tell her like, oh hey, and like why of right? Like, I can't believe I didn't think about that before. Like, how did she even find out and
He
why?
manipulates her into it because she sees something, and then he says, "Remember
Ooh.
what you saw."
Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Okay. So she's kind of taking on more of the role of the crying child in that regard.
Interesting.
Which would be massive because that would kind of be a big hint to us to like, that's still a question mark to this day in the games, right? Like, what is it the crying child saw? Mind you, before any deaths in the games, right? Because he's the first, right? As far as we
Maybe.
know, the crying child's the first. Or, do you? Who do you think's the first then?
Either Crying Child, Charlie, or the one you should not have killed.
I agree with all of those. And the fact there's multiple is so funny.
Or if you really want to go there, David Murphy.
Yeah. Here's another good question though. Or really quick, Evan212 in says great background noise when making my scratch project, which is great. Hopefully this yapping can help in any way.
Yes.
Just a bunch of
Yeah.
Yap
yapping,
stream.
yes.
And then Glitchinger says, are there any animatronics or other characters that haven't appeared in the trailers you want to see in the movie? For me, Withered Golden Freddy, 100%. You guys?
I want to see. Who would be really funny to have pop up?
Let's see the Shadow Bonnie.
Oh yeah,
Shadows.
Shadow Bunny. That's true. Yeah. Okay, that's
Very-
a good one.
And God, this would be the perfect movie
Oh,
for them to
that's
show
it.
up, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
The Shadows.
I like that. Cool.
Because the FNAF 2 minigames are where they first pop up, right? And Save Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
And very
like, I
rarely
think they
you
actually
can get
pop
the-
up in the office, actually.
Yeah, extremely
spawning
rarely
it.
you can get Shadow Bonnie popping up, and if you don't look away fast enough, he crashes your
Right?
game.
What if he's just like in the corner for like a split second? That even be I'd be fine with that
I'm
even,
fine
you
with
know.
that as long as he's
Yeah,
it's
it would just be
there.
hard to notice because I can't go back and rewatch it right away. But I'll
Right.
try. And
Yeah,
then,
wait, what if Garrett just like turns into a shadow or something?
or yeah, something like that. Maybe
We don't
a
really
shadow.
have them
Yeah.
explained yet. Like we don't have that
Yeah, we don't have any
explained at all.
any idea on
Huh.
what the shadows are. The best thing I can come up with is like an agony creature
Yeah.
at best, but like even that we don't even know for sure when did they come into existence. Basically,
Yeah, like what are they?
we don't
We don't know.
what the shadows are. Right? That's always been a big
Yeah.
question mark.
How unfortunate.
Another question though is, have y'all read the movie novelization? I have not. Have you guys?
That I have not. I have
No,
not.
me neither. Yeah. Have you a name?
I not an just while I'm still thinking about it, an animatronic. It's not an outright animatronic I'd want to see, but just one of the Springlock suits directly linked with MCM would be extremely cool to me. To see like
That'd be sick.
an original prototype Fredbear or Spring Bonnie suit like we got at Secret of the Mimic. If we could get like some cameo of that, like just seeing like in the back room, like the wizards are placed, like if you also see in a corner, like imagine seeing a prototype Spring Bonnie suit, and like you can
Ooh.
see like in the distance you can just see the MCM bow tie logo on it.
That'd be so
How
cool.
Okay.
sick would that be?
If we're going there, I want to see Jackie.
Yeah, I want to see Jackie's arm, like a piece of her arm or something.
That'd
Oh
be
god,
so
yeah.
cool.
You see just in the back, just like a beat of her arm. People would go nuts.
Yeah. Withered Monty, yeah, anything like that would be fire.
Ooh.
Yeah. Glitch also said I want
Like,
to see JJ and DD, which I would love as well.
I
Yes.
also would love
Yeah.
that. That'd be sick.
Because God, there's been some people like wondering, like for years, like if she's even canon.
Right? Yeah, I think so. Evan says, in your channel description, it says you may also do other games than FNAF. That's true. Haven't, though, unfortunately. If you do, maybe consider the game Indulge Rain if you haven't. Oh, no, yeah, I know it's a huge game. Maybe I would.
We
Have
need
you
to
guys
do
played?
some multiplayer VR at some point.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
so
That'd be a fun stream, yeah. No, I definitely do want to do other games, and I'll keep that in mind. Do you think one of the main characters might end up dying? I hope not, but if so,
Please not, please not.
yeah.
I'm gonna cry so hard.
I don't know. Yeah, if it's
Please
Abby,
no.
I'll be sad. But anyone else?
I'm
Eh.
not gonna.
I'll also be sad if Michael Afton dies. I want him to be more in one movie, please. This is also interesting, because Ella in the movie novelization was described very differently. She's described having a red dress and pigtails, like
Oh
Circus
gosh,
Baby.
if they rob me of Circus Baby, I'm gonna be so.
Right? I feel like they're
They cannot
saving
do
her.
that.
It's gotta, yeah.
Not do that. That'd be.
I'd be so. Oh my
That's-
god.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
it's literally just
please. Scott,
right
don't you
somewhere.
dare,
Yeah.
Scott, don't you dare.
No, yeah.
That'd be so funny.
In the movie novelization, Vanessa's eyes change color when she shifts personalities. What? That is so cool.
That's
Oh my god.
bizarre.
What
Do you
if the
think-
shadows
where-
were the agony of the workers who got Springlocks and Old Fedbear? Yeah, probably. If they call off Abby Ella Riot. Real. Really any of the main cast, yeah.
I don't know if I can watch
I
it.
just
a
realized my
second
video
time if
paused.
they do that.
Or while I'm thinking about it, Guardians, for what it's worth, isn't it? Didn't Scott go out of his way to confirm that Doug in the novelization isn't canon, but the movie version of him
Yeah,
is?
I wouldn't trust the novel too much.
Right, yeah.
Yes, is just what I'll
But-
mention. If Scott went
but
out of
it's-
his way
it's still
to,
interesting to me.
it is like it might be canon,
I'm sorry,
but
I
it's
keep
like
interrupting you. I'm so sorry.
no, you're good. I just wonder, like, since Scott went so out of his way to clarify, and maybe it's just that detail, but I'm raising a bit of an eyebrow on the novelizations, in my opinion. What if the shadows were the agony of the workers who got spring-locked in the old Fazbear and Spring Bonnie suit? What do you guys think? I mean, the old worker got spring-locked in the old Fredbear. Did any workers get spring-locked at Fredbear's? Or in the old Fredbear and Spring Bonnie suit?
I remember like some test or something like that. I don't know why I vaguely remember like a test or something going wrong in that where, but I could be wrong.
I mean, in Secret of the Mimic, it's mentioned that Ralph, or at least heavily implied Ralph, got spring locked. And maybe it's not necessarily that Fazbear ever had a spring lock failure. And bear with, like, maybe they're just going off of stories of, like, oh, the contractor we got these suits from said they had an employee, so, like, oh, spring locking's bad, you know, and maybe that's just how they're aware of it. It's not necessarily true that they had one.
Yeah,
After
well, even
that.
the simultaneous spring lock failures, it's like we don't know if everyone
That
in
is...
those if they died or like if it was just like
That's an extremely massive, annoying detail that everybody has forgotten. The
about it.
multiple simultaneous spring lock failures, meaning multiple
Oh
suits
God, yeah.
failed at the same time, which is a detail we've all forgotten or ignored
I
for
have
years.
not forgotten. I just hate it.
Can we ask Scott about that? If we could ask Scott anything, that's kind of high in the list, actually. What do you mean by that, Scott? Multiple simultaneous spring lock. Did they die? Or did they
what I
survive
wanna
like
know.
Ralph did? Because Ralph clearly was able to survive a spring lock failure. Because in that specific email, it does outright say, what is it? Like, one more accident and I'm out of here.
Right, yeah.
These suits are gonna be the death of us.
Doggone it, Bronze.
I just love asking it.
Eat a shit.
Let's see who they want. What?
I'll mix it up.
We're a 0. What? That's crazy. Why am I the highest? No, guys. You are not supposed to vote for me. What?
Excellent.
So
Thank you, guys.
We'll see how that looks like in a bit.
Again, it can just be like a hey dude or a croc. It's not that bad.
Maybe I could do a
A1
croc,
makes
yeah.
anything palatable. But multiple simultaneous could also mean one in the arm or the leg sort of thing.
it could.
Maybe, but
I feel like they wouldn't word it that way though.
Yeah. To
This is
immediately
Fazbear.
get multiple spring lock failures in the same suit versus like multiple simultaneous spring locks, because like spring lock suits have always, it just sounds like one thing. Like how massively annoying would that be if we were supposed to get like, oh, that's one suit they're talking about with multiple spring locks in one suit failing. That'd just be very annoying to me. And again, this is probably one of those things Scott would have to clarify, but thankfully hasn't gotten much attention on it for him, so he hasn't had to. You know, only he knows what he meant by that line. It could work because Shadow Freddy is like a spirit of Fredbear in the agony of the failure, and the guy who's put in the suit that looks like Shadow Bonnie, and it's a possibility.
I just don't think Fazbear would word it that way if it was just one suit going off. It just seems like
I agree. Like it
too significant.
happened at the sister location. Yeah, the sister location, which a lot of people take to mean Circus Babies, which it could be, but I also am
Chica's Party World, Chica's Party World.
Oh wait, sorry.
but
This is really cool, guys. But what did you guys think about the Secret Party World like game that was found in the book? Any thoughts? Because I might have to end stream soon, just because I gotta go unpack and then
Yeah, that's fine.
study. But
no, you're good.
I'd love to end with this. What do you guys think about that? Also, I will lead issue now because I lost by a lot. It's just okay.
I'm so glad. 'Cause
Thanks.
Remote or camera?
I'm waiting till
reason?
December 2nd to see. If,
That's
like,
fair. Yeah,
anything
me too.
happens with it.
Me too. Me too.
But I really hope it's something. Though what I'm not excited about is like how much random crap it seems like is going
Chica
on
Chica
with
Party,
it
yeah.
that doesn't-
Right, because
feels
for
like
me, like the
it's-
box was something I was like, oh, okay, fourth time or fifth time.
I really haven't looked too much into it though. To be
That's
honest,
fair.
so
Yeah.
I don't know a ton about it. But please let it be something.
Yeah.
What is this about for people who haven't read or heard of this before? And
Wow. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what went on, man. Okay, it's something huge. Really, honestly, kind of, yeah. So people got the book early, the Ultimate Guide 2.0 or whatever, and there's a whole section dedicated called Chica's Secret Party, and I'm pretty sure it's an ARG saying that in 2016, this secret game was on Scott Cawthon's website for 3 days before being deleted, and it was like an 8-bit minigame style about Chica, and you like give cupcakes to kids, pretty simple, but obviously there's a ton of lore. The box was gonna be opened. Deskman is there, Fredbear is there, and Golden Freddy is there. Two separate ones. Bonnie is also there. Midnight Motorist, like the setting is there. Either saying that Bonnie or Chica left the footprints, like the toy animatronics. And then so a lot of stuff like that, yeah. And it's like there's like photos, And then it's funny because someone made a website saying that it was, like real, and it was like from Scott, and kind of trolled a good amount of people because it wasn't real, it was fake, and it's just like a fan game. So if you see a website, unfortunately not real yet. But a lot of people are saying maybe on December 2nd, like Scott will release the game or tease it, or maybe it's like something that can still happen. So yeah, people are pretty split up on it. Some think it's fake, others think it's an ARG, and others think it like really did happen in 2016. But yeah, I would check out. I think Zetarox and Shizu did a video on it. Yeah, they're like really the only ones so far. Because the book isn't releasing until the 2nd, so we really don't know yet.
I was about to ask, when is this book supposed to come out?
The 2nd for sure, yeah. So for the 2nd, we'll revisit it honestly and see what happens. But I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Because
it's
sounds
something
huge.
We can look at live as well.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know what day 2nd is, but yeah, that'd be cool too. Because, man, I mean, if it's real or if we really get the box after all these years. That's all I'm gonna be talking about. Expect 5 videos, 30 shorts, 3 live streams, all about the box.
I am jealous about the grind you can put out, and I have yet to do one video the last 2 months. I'm sorry.
No, that is so
everyone.
fair. Maybe I should put a bit more of that grind in school, but for now, no thank you. No thank you. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I don't know. Oh, Maddox is leaving. Gotta go, but it was good to talk to you guys, and I might bring Puppet. Oh, nice. I hope you do. And I'm telling you, please post a picture of it. But yeah, have a good night, Maddox. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, Fredbear and Golden Freddy. Yeah, it was both of them. Yeah, it's crazy. It was weird. I recommend searching it up because it's really cool. And weird to think about that it might be something,
I mean, I'm gonna be very and people are getting these ideas like from like leaks about the books that the book itself is saying that this was a thing back in 2016.
Yeah, I don't know if it says it's an ARG or not, but yeah, it's like the whole thing is out. Like people have found like the physical book, and yeah, it's like 4 pages, like very detailed, for like a scrapped game in that sense. Yeah, there's a lot like the box, the 2 Freddys, 2 Golden Freddys. Bonnie, Toy Chica, Midnight Motorist. There's like Deskman saying that's probably William. It's like in the Afton house too. Yeah, it's 4 pages. Yeah, there's a lot in there that I'm probably missing.
If it's all from this upcoming book and it is legit, that is massively interesting.
Yeah,
that's the case.
Because we've never really gotten something like this in FNAF in that sense. Like this would answer a bunch.
Well, yeah, and if it's something Scott put out there, like, oh, I'll put it out for 3 days. People look at my stuff so much, like, surely they won't miss this.
Yeah, like I wonder if it's real or just I don't know. If it was real, I'm gonna be so mad that no one found it and we're not finding about it till now, because we're talking about almost 10 years at this point.
Right, and he's like, God, I gotta like put this in their face because these goobers missed it.
They never found it. They missed it because no one wanted to check, and there it is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still very skeptical about it though for now.
So what? You're just thinking people are like editing screenshots of like this leaked book?
Or no, it's real. It's all real. Like I just don't know if they're saying that the game, like if it is real or if it's something that like it's gonna be released now, and it's like an ARG in terms of like, oh, this is something that could have happened in another world and we're doing it now type of thing. That's what I'm more skeptical on. And in general, is it coming from Scott? Because the book has a bunch of mistakes. Like, it says that the Mimic and Burn Trap has the same eyes. It says that the mediocre melodies are like the stars from Secret of the Mimic. There's so many mistakes.
Didn't this happen with the first encyclopedia?
Yes, and you think they'd fix it, but no, it's pretty. And like a lot of people were like, "Is this AI?" Because they were genuinely like, "This just doesn't seem right," and it's true. There's a lot of mistakes.
Wait, Scott
Um,
wouldn't let this happen
Right,
again,
yeah. So that's why I'm like,
surely.
was this Scott or was this some like employee being like, this would be funny, you know? So again, I'm waiting till a second to see if one, if it's real, if it's an ARG in terms of like they're just making it up now, or if it was actually from 2016, or if Scott's gonna make a post being, hey guys, we made another mistake. Don't really look at this book and don't look at Chica, you know? So yeah. But it's sad it happened again in that sense, because yeah, there are a couple mistakes. Yeah.
I would, with how much Scott loves to write, I would like. I'm still at a loss for like how bad the first encyclopedia was. Like, what did he like? Did some unpaid intern at Scholastic get to do
Right,
it
no,
or
and that's what
something?
this one
Like,
feels like, because they're like, oh yeah, and then the Mimic and Burn Trap have the same eyes. Like, what? No, they don't. They do not have like the spiral eyes. You know, that's what it's
their
saying.
endos are very different.
Yeah, and they
Despite
say
how
that they're
bad
endos.
that
And
makes
no,
some
they
people.
say the Mimic isn't an endoskeleton. That's like one of the worst parts.
Really, what is the
Yes,
mimic according to
I
this?
don't. I don't even know.
I can't wait
Glitch.
to read the whole
I
thing.
know.
I'm gonna be laughing so
Glitch
much.
says the pages are real and says there was a game released in 2016. Of course, we know that didn't come out, but yes, the Chica Secret Party is an actual. Yeah, so it's real. Yeah, it's legit. I just wonder how they're gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen December 2nd. Only a few days away.
I really hope something happens though.
Yes, me too. Me too. Me too.
Like, something with it, so we
Please,
can
please.
figure out if
Yeah.
all of this was intentional.
What was the point of all this? Yeah.
It says there was a
Yeah.
game released in 2016.
Yeah, it makes it like seem like it was real in that sense.
We know it didn't
like
come out. Well, maybe did it come out for only like a few days, and there's only like a handful of people that saw this, maybe, or maybe
what's
nobody
good.
did.
Yeah, no one saw it, which is also hard to believe because I don't know. Around that time, people were like religiously checking this website, you know. So it's hard to think that something like that slipped under the cracks, you know.
Maybe, I mean, at the same time, it like pales to the amount of people that have eyes on FNAF now, even, which is
That
crazy
is a good
for
point.
y'all to
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
FNAF is still this big all these years later. I still have the character encyclopedia, and it says Monty was in FNAF 3.
Oh god. Yeah, you see, there's so like really,
Like,
really.
like my only other possibility is like if Scott made the book as like the Mimic remaking the FNAF lore, but that's like no one would want to waste their money on that. Like that seems
Exactly.
too
The Mimic's
misleading. Like you could
fanfiction.
It's
just
fanfic.
sue him, just sue Scott for it at that point because it's like that's so misleading. Like, I don't think that would be the case. I'm just very disappointed if it really ends up being so much false info in there. Because then it's like, what can you even trust at that point? But I'll have to wait because I'm hopefully gonna get it.
No, I mean, I'm gonna look for it, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I believe in
In between the time of you like scaring your kids in the woods with the clowns or whatever, could you like actually like help write these encyclopedias, please? Like, you could make them 5 pages long, but if they
Yeah.
were 5 pages,
And
I
it's from
knew
him,
you
it'd be-
wrote and
yeah.
approved of,
Exactly.
and like
Because I know
everything in it is legit.
also happened with like the character encyclopedia, where like they talked about so many animatronics, like the chocolate pony or dark spring trap from like Sister Location, or like the
Thank you.
puppet, and I was like, what? What? Really? Okay.
Did you want the incorrect lore about all the FNAF
Yeah.
AR skins?
No, yeah.
Boy, do
And
we
then,
have you
and then
guys.
I think the other part's like you can't even use it for theorizing because most of the book is some theorists say or some say that the crying child or this is that. It's like that doesn't help me. I want to know what you say, please. You know?
Yeah,
Right, like,
I just
that's
don't get like how the
Um,
quality control is that bad.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
Why?
why,
It's
like, I
unfortunate,
would
it's
never want
unfortunate.
to use them for like even if it's something like that could be awesome. It's like it's so tainted by the bad apples that are
Yeah.
around it. It's like I'm gonna get laughed at if I use this for a theory.
Right, exactly. That's why I'm skeptical of like
Exactly.
Chica, you know, because in the in the Ultimate Guide Point 2.0, it said this about the crying child. Like you're right, like no one's gonna believe it. It's like, you know.
Anyway, do we need to let you get going?
Oh my God, yes. Unfortunately, so everyone. I
Oh.
get lots, yeah. And then I gotta go back in a few days to school, slum it out for 2 weeks, but then we're good.
You've
Just longer
this.
There we
streams,
go.
hopefully. Thank you guys. So yeah,
Power through it.
no, yeah, for sure. And you guys as well, with anything going on or just everyone here in chat, VAR and unnamed, we all got it, guys. I would play some copyrighted music, but I can't for an outro. So unnamed VAR, you guys want to sing something while I say goodbye?
Real quick, Glitch made one last comment. By the way, all the chapters in the 2.0 guide has the same games in release order. However, the Chica's Secret Party chapter is listed between Help Wanted 2 and Secret of the Mimic.
Whoa. That's so weird.
How does that make sense if
Right,
they're
that makes
saying
no
that this
sense.
came out in 2016?
Right, shouldn't it be like
What?
around Pizzeria Sim? That's so weird. Okay, thank you, Glitch. No, thank you,
Yeah,
Glitch. Thank you,
Glitch.
Guardian. Thank you, Mio, for the gifts
I
as
know
well.
to
Thank
use
you,
this
Evan.
encyclopedia as kindling as well, apparently.
Literally. Thank you, Maddox, even though you left. GJ James. Carrie, thank you. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Had a lot of fun again. Hi, no, Luca, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry. We're just ending it, unfortunately, Luca. But we will be streaming hopefully next week. Be there. We'll talk about the FNAF 2 movie. If you want to avoid spoilers, then don't be there, obviously. We'll miss you for sure.
Or everybody just go watch the movie.
Yeah.
Like a 2-day
Go watch them in
period.
2 days, and then you can tune in with us, and it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, everyone have a good night. Good luck with school, work, anything going on. And we'll see you guys next time. Of course. Everyone, bye, everyone. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Make sure to check these guys out, please. After you're here. After you're done. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Mio. Appreciate everyone coming in. Yes, perfect. We'll be there. All right. Bye, everyone. Once my mouse lets me click out. Bye. Did it work? Okay. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm still streaming. Okay. Cool. Thank you, guys. That was a lot of fun.